we're buckling up.
See, all buckled.
Good choice. I'll just have to do my dad dance at dinner time.
What?
No!
Do what you have to make sure your kids are wearing their seatbelts, even on short drives. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. Visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup for more information.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
8 people had to be rescued at Chatfield Reservoir near Littleton last evening when strong winds swept through the area. Several paddleboarders were knocked into the water. A boat with 4 people and 2 dogs on board capsized.
Okay, good.
Can you check audio now?
Right, right. Mark, it looks like you got a full schedule then.
We're good?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
John Schneider actually signed it.
yeah. No kidding. It's nonstop
Hey,
without
guys on YouTube, my camera's off. I'll attempt to fix it on the big break for folks. And I got sound up.
You just moved, right?
Do we really need to see you?
Doing everything from the road is...
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Hey,
Yeah.
I don't have any delay, though. It sounds decent, doesn't it, Shannon?
It really does. Well, only you would know that. You sound good, but I don't know how long you're delayed.
I don't think I have one. And I figured out how to look on that
I'm
Comrex
getting,
for drops.
I got two
Oh,
people
by the
I
way,
gotta buy
I
a
did
car
exactly what
for.
you said. I connected, I used
those
that
things
adapter, and I got an
crazy. Those things
Ethernet
are
from the
leasing.
Comrex to the back of the
Under $300
Starlink.
a
Thank
month.
you for doing that, only because you
Oh, my
never know
goodness.
what's going to
Yeah,
mess up a
so-
Wi-Fi.
Boy, you're
I
not
got,
kidding, man. I mean,
had
the
a girl
difference
that
is
says,
crazy.
Hey, I just want something about $300.
You know, that thing
for
sucks
that.
down 200 megabytes
And,
without blinking.
Got her
These are-
a
They're
Dodge
really proud
Hornet
of the price. So, I
electric.
mean, he's
and
crazy
that worked
about
out
those
good.
prices.
brand new. It's only a 2-year lease, but you know when you think about it,
Hey, Rod.
you can't even rent a car. for that.
Rod. Even if he is listening, we're coming back.
I don't hear him.
Okay.
Hey, Mark.
Oh, somebody turned their
Yeah, I
mic
don't
on.
hear.
Who did that?
We're coming back on anyway.
Rod, was that you turning your mic on?
Don't turn the mic on.
Oh.
What's this call from? If you're
Hello?
on and you hit call.
It's okay.
Frank Duran, the real estate man. You want the best realtor in Colorado who sells more homes than anybody else, Denver Metro, for more money. You want to check out frankduranhomes.com. I have personally used Frank numerous times, and every single time he has done such a bang-up job, it's crazy. And he's one of the nicest guys in the world, but he's a sneaker. And what I mean by that is he sneaks up on who he's negotiating with and just beats the heck out of them. Simple as that. frankduranhomes.com. I want to go back to Anthony. Anthony's vehicle, he missed one payment, missed a second payment, and then they repoed it. Anthony, what I want to understand right now is where does it sit? Are they simply saying we're not going to give you the vehicle back because we're afraid you're not going to pay us anymore?
Yeah, that's basically how I feel, and it's and I had.
Well, it doesn't matter how you feel. Is that what they're saying?
Yes, that's exactly what they're
Okay, hold on now. Rod Greer with JFR Cars. You guys sell cars. I don't know if you hold paper. Rod, I don't know if JFR actually does in-house loans, nor
We
do I
do.
really care.
No, we
well,
do.
okay, let me ask you this. Not that you guys would repo a vehicle after 2 payments, but if you wanted to, what does a typical agreement say when someone buys a car with a loan? I don't care if it's a credit union or you guys. What have you seen? When can they repo it? I would guess they could repo it after 2 missed payments without blinking, maybe even 1 missed payment.
I think you
Some
can
banks.
actually repo after a month time because you
Yeah,
broke
that's-
the contract.
Yeah, that's it.
And,
And that's what I'm afraid is going on with Anthony. Anthony, what kind of vehicle is this?
It is a Stinger,
A Hyundai
29
Stinger?
2019 Stinger. Yeah. Kia Stinger.
2019 Stinger, and you owe $30,000 on it?
Yeah, and
I don't think it's worth. They might have done you. Honest to God, they might have done you a favor. I mean, hold on a second, Rod.
Is that a
what do you
twin turbo?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so you got it was the top of the line, so it might be about right there. But
Oh, he's got the Mag Daddy.
yeah, he has the race one.
And they don't make those. I guess they were making the Kia Stingers, and they were too much for what they were selling for, so they don't make them no more.
Are you able to get a co-signer and refinance through
Yeah,
that?
get
Because it
closer
sounds
to your
like
phone, Anthony. My God, I can barely hear you. You sound like Biden mumbling.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm actually on my way in the car because they're going to let us get the stuff out of the trunk and the middle console.
Oh, wait a minute. You're on your way to your car?
Yeah.
Let me talk to one of them. When are you going to be there? Let me talk to one of these guys. I mean, did you already make those 2 payments or no? They're not even taking them.
No, I got them right now. I told them I would make the 2 payments. I would even make a 3rd payment and pay the towing fee if they gave
And
me
they're
a chance.
still saying no?
Yeah, they're still saying no.
Oh,
Yeah,
my, these ruthless bastards. I mean, why do they...
I don't want them. Yeah, that's how I feel. I never thought I'd be in this situation. That's why I called you. And I also
What's the name of this place?
It's ENT. ENT Credit Union, ENT.
It's the credit union. It's not even a buy here, pay here. So the credit union... Oh, my goodness. I can't believe it. But Rod, you're saying, do most credit unions go this far, Rod?
Credit unions are usually the most liberal. That's what's kind of surprising. But the nice thing about a credit union is most of the times you can talk to them. And in your case, I think it's a matter of you're not being able to afford. They don't believe you're able to afford the car with the income that you have. Yeah, even though you have your savings. That's the key. They don't believe you can afford it. And my question is, can you find a cosigner that can? Because it should work with you if you put a refund.
A cosigner would definitely fix it if they've got good credit.
Would I be able to do that with the same vehicle? Because they're telling me no. That this is also what they're telling me. They said they're going to auction it off if I don't get it. I was like, well, I can't get it. They're going to auction it off because most of the time they auction it off for like 60, 70%, and they come after me for the remainder.
That's 100% true once it gets to the auction.
Yeah, I mean, but honestly, at that point, that's when you start looking at bankruptcy. I mean, there's a lot of factors there, like how much you actually have in savings, do you own a house and stuff.
Yeah, but and I'm sorry to interrupt. That was my next thing. My auntie had told me if they don't want to work with you, and I said, well, I don't know why they're not doing that. I have all the payments again, like I said. So if they don't want to work with you, the only thing you could do is claim Chapter 7, and when they sell that, the bankruptcy, they can't come after you for the remainder.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you went all the way through with that kind of deficiency, I mean, do you owe more than just on this car? Forget about the deficiency. I mean, what money do you owe?
I don't owe no money.
So, I mean, a bankruptcy probably makes 0 cents for you just over this. It's going to crush your credit, though.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. I don't want to do that.
Have you missed any payments before with these guys or had any late payments?
He said he's made every payment and he missed 2 in a row.
Has he been late or any time?
Yes, I've been late a week out of the payments, but I pay them a $44. They added to my car payment. They make me pay a late charge.
Yeah.
But
you know what I do? I want to ask someone a question. Hey, Kelly, can you get either Mike Wink or Gigi Wink on? I just want to ask him a generic, not even a generic for this guy.
Sure.
A bankruptcy question. Let's take a break, get them back on. But I'm curious if a bankruptcy, if they filed, if he would get that car back right now. I wonder how that part works. Everybody hold tight, and then I promise, Brian, Elizabeth, Linda, you guys will be next. 303 Martino.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm.
A fairly quiet drive throughout the Denver metro as we close out the week. Some normal slowdowns around the center of town. I-25 northbound showing speeds in the 40s and 50s into downtown between Alameda and Colfax. Southbound I-25 slow between I-70 and Spear. I-70 westbound, some stop-and-go traffic between I-270 and York Street. I-270 westbound, you're not going to believe this, slow driving between Northfield and Vasquez. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. I-70 eastbound DIA, it is free and clear driving. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, another hot one out there this afternoon, high 93. Scattered thunderstorms into this weekend, overnight low 57. Things cooling down a little bit tomorrow with a high of 84. The current temperature in Denver is 83 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Mattress Firm's July 4th sale is your chance to get matched with your coolest Z's yet. Save $500 on Tempur-Breeze mattresses with free and fast delivery. All night cooling, all summer long. Discover the difference the right bed makes. Restrictions apply.
Quiet, cool, whole house fans. Imagine lower energy bills. You don't have to run that AC. I mean, I have heard of people saving up to 90% running these. Martino's got one. They're incredible. It takes all that warm air from the upper floors of your house in the attic and gets rid of it and sucks all that cool air from the lower floors in the basement. It can even things out. But what I love about it, it's one of the products that can actually pay for itself in a couple years. And it's quiet. It's not like a big old house fan that you're probably picturing. This thing will get rid of those hot, sleepless nights. It's going to save you money, and honestly, it's not that expensive. I want you to check out QCcolorado.com. Face it, it's hot out there. That AC is working its butt off. You can solve the problem and stay comfortable and save money with QCColorado.com. That's QCColorado.com. AmRest 24/7. If you're a landlord, my goodness, you never want to hear this from a tenant. Fire, flood, my pipes broke, sewer backup, mold, asbestos, someone died in here. You need the right people that can come in and actually take care of problems like that. And that is American Restoration. Rock's the owner. He's a great guy. We've been talking about Rock and the gang for, my goodness, 10 years. And here's what I really like about Rock. He knows what he's doing. They have all the equipment to get rid of all the bad stuff. I don't care if it's meth or asbestos. They know how to get rid of it. They know how to clean up. And they've been doing it for over 20 years. Check them out, American Restoration 24/7. AmRest247.com. That's AmRest247.com.
We know what they paid for it. We know all the rebates. We know all the incentives.
Every time I turn around, it's
So does he? If you're like when I went to buy the car and looked at the invoice, is that just a red herring?
This is interesting.
No, I think it's
Hi, this is Kelly from the Tom
nice
Martino Troubleshooter Show.
But
and we're trying to get in touch with
a lot of
Michael
times
to,
there's money
go on air
behind
about
the
a,
invoice.
possible
Did you
bankruptcy.
get that invoice?
I think I think it's even lower than invoice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a pretty good deal.
So,
Yeah, I thought
when I was
for
looking
27 grand, how can you go wrong on a brand new car?
Yeah, and you got all the tax incentives, right?
Yeah.
And the
Well, I didn't
rebate
get it. They took it
off the price.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I thought was, whether I get it later on,
I guess
or
a couple
ahead of
different,
time, they're taking off.
pretty
My feeling was,
universal.
whatever the incentives were, I just thought the bottom line of 27 was. I was really happy with that. And if, so they got the incentives.
Hey, Shannon, what'd you think of the debate, brother?
Send away with the incentives. Let them take it off right away.
What'd you think of the debate?
But the
Did you
interesting
watch
thing
it?
was, they said something about.
Oh, wow.
At this point,
I'm shocked.
I couldn't get the incentives unless I took the loan through Hyundai.
Bring it back.
So I said to the guy, well, I wanted to, pay it in cash. He said, look, why don't you do this?
I'm pretty sure they've got to switch this guy out. My God, I mean,
Because I gave them
it's really
half of it down in
sad.
cash. And he
I
said,
think
"When you
Greer
get the
put it
bill,
nicely. I mean,
pay it off.
it's sad and
No harm, no
depressing.
foul. And it's the same as if you paid it off now, but at least the incentives will go through.
Right.
And then our service,
Yeah.
our service manager.
So I think he was good because I said, look,
Background.
if I paid off on the first,
I think he can't
payment,
stand this guy. I don't think he
then
likes
you wouldn't
Biden at
lose
all.
any money personally because of the loan.
Hoping that
Yeah.
Because sometimes if
I can get another.
they get money
another
for
qualified tech in
a kickback on getting the loan through,
bringing good jobs.
and he said no, it's already built in.
Right.
So I said okay.
Could divert your attention.
So I think he was appreciative of the
I
fact
call it
that I asked about him
Jerry Maguire.
not,
approach. Less customers, more personal.
not losing his kickback from the bank.
I had a
So I just got my bill
They were referred to
today.
next door neighbor.
Oh yes, I should say. So I just write a check, which is what I was going to do anyway.
Kelly, any luck getting one of the winks?
No performance issues yet, and I think it's $1,500 because we have the carb stuff now. And I told her.
So, hey, are you,
What's going on with her?
Trish.
Yeah.
Really, you born here?
I mean, Jesus
How old are
Christ,
you?
the text she
I
was
am
sending this
59.
morning were baffling.
Let's say 60 years ago. This place must have been like a ghost town.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
No, you're at least
We live
mellow
in a
about it.
fairly new subdivision, and
Where do you guys live?
we're like
Who's that?
Gun Club
Stand by.
and Quincy, East Aurora.
All right, 303-713-8255. I just got a text from somebody that told me there was no way he'd ever vote for Trump, but he said after last night, he's going to have no other option. That's pretty interesting, actually. I think there's a lot of people feeling that way right now. All right, 303-713-8255. Kelly, any luck getting the winks on?
They are not available. They are not
Oh,
available.
man. Anthony, what I want to ask them and we're going to try to get him on a little later, and we can reach back out to you either off the air or on the air. But I'd like to know if you filed bankruptcy right now, if it's too late for you to take possession of that vehicle back. Is that something, if you knew you could get the vehicle back, is that something you would actually do?
Yeah, but I did find out about that too. Once your car is repossessed and you file bankruptcy, no, it's too late. You'd have to do it if they were on the way to get the car and you knew about that.
Yeah.
Like a week ahead, then you'd have to do bankruptcy. But once it gets repossessed, there's no way you could get it back.
There's no way. I can't believe this credit union is playing such
Yeah,
hardball with
and
you.
that's the situation I'm in right now. Like what I told him, I didn't want him to feel sorry for me, but I am a sick person, and I do take the car back and forth to
Would
my
they let
doctor.
you pay it off if you got another loan? I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't allow you to do that.
Yeah, I'm actually here right now with the people that towed my truck. So I'm actually here right now getting my stuff out of the truck. They're trying to get my license, but yeah, it just didn't make no sense to me, you know. And I told them I had
Well, I get it. I don't think they did anything illegal. I just can't understand why they're not taking the 2 payments, and you said you'd pay another one, the third up front, and it's crazy, man.
Yeah, and the towing fees. And I told them
and the repo fees. Well, I mean, really, man, I don't know what else to say about it. I think that's it. They've made their mind up. I wouldn't mind if you want to call up and have a 3-way conversation with one of her deputies and, on your behalf, but I don't think they're going to budge, man. They drew the line in the sand.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. That's why I didn't understand that, you know. I was like, wow. I told him that I'm like, I'm lost, actually.
Well, Anthony, I that's about it, man. I appreciate you calling in, and I wish we could have helped you out. But my goodness, if you've already done the research on the bankruptcy, I was kind of hoping that would, get you your car back, and then they'd have to deal with you, whether it was Chapter, 7 or whatever. I mean, whatever you ended up doing, maybe a restructure. But what is going on with you, Brian? What's going on with this contractor?
Oh, it's kind of an interesting story, and it kind of goes back to November. So my mom had asked me to replace the retaining wall for her, and I kind of refused because it was a long wall, it required a permit. I just didn't feel comfortable. So she started asking her friends, got this contractor. He shows up. Low bid. I'm like, that sounds like a really good price, Mom. Let's look at.
How much was it?
Well, she had already hired him.
How much was it going to be, though? How much was the whole job?
For the first part. It's what the original contractor told us it was going to be, and re-pour a concrete patio. This was originally a 6-foot tall, tiered down wall that ground level at the end of the 40-foot span. So it kind of stepped down. So one section of about 10 feet was going to be at least 6 feet tall.
Got it.
I knew I could do it, but...
Yeah, I get you. You didn't do it. So your mom hired this contractor. Then what? Hey, Shannon, I got to ask you this. Is he going in and out, or is it me? Brian, I think you're going in and out.
It's him, Mark, because we're missing a lot also.
Yeah, all of a sudden I just simply can't hear him. And for folks out there, I'm remote right now, so that's why I was asking if it's me. Hey, Brian, try to get a little better connection. I'm missing every other word. So let's go to Linda. She's got a problem with the IRS.
Good morning, Mark.
Hey, Linda, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, and I appreciate you taking my call.
Sure. What's going on?
I have been battling with the IRS. We sent our income tax in on the 11th of March, just trying to get our refund of $1,509. They sent us a letter in April and said we needed to provide them 14 pages of documentation.
Why are they not?
Everything they should have already had in their hands.
Hold on one second. So it's a pretty typical. How do I put this? Why do they need 14 pages? What are they saying?
They just said that they disputed what we had, and they wanted us to send backup information, which
I got you. And give me an idea of some of the backup they requested.
It was copies of prepayment of taxes for 2023.
Did they assign them, or did they apply them to someone else's? Why do they have an issue? What do they think you guys are hiding, or what's going on? What do they think? Give me their side of the
I
story.
don't know what they thought initially, but what they ultimately decided in the last few weeks was we overpaid. And what they are, I know it sounds ridiculous, but what they are doing is we owed taxes for 2022. And when we filed our 22 taxes in 2023, we paid the amount of taxes that were due. But because we owed over $1,000, they said, therefore, for 2023, we had to send quarterly payments in.
I got you.
Assuming, I guess, that we were, again, going to under withhold.
So you sent in quarterly payments, correct?
Yes.
And you overpaid.
Now they have added our 2023 payment for 2022 taxes as if it was 2023.
I got it. So they applied it to the wrong year.
Correct. So now I don't have a telephone number so I can talk to anybody to try to get this straightened
we can
out.
definitely get you a number. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to try to get Steve Sizik on. He's actually with a new firm, so it might take me to get him, but I'm going to try to get him right now, or we'll get him over the big break. But he's going to, not only is he going to have a number, he's going to, I think there's a way, if you can get online, you can actually reapply money. But I want to ask him about that. So hold on, and we've got a lot more coming up. 303-713-TALK.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
A fairly quiet drive throughout the Denver Metro as we close out the week. Some normal slowdowns around the center of town. I-25 northbound showing speeds in the 40s and 50s into downtown between Alameda and Colfax. Southbound I-25 slow between I-70 and Spear. I-70 westbound, some stop-and-go traffic between I-270 and York Street. I-270 westbound, you're not going to believe this, slow driving between Northfield and Vasquez. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. I-70 eastbound to DIA, it is free and clear driving. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, another hot one out there this afternoon, high 93. Scattered thunderstorms into this weekend, overnight low 57. Things cooling down a little bit tomorrow with a high of 84. The current temperature in Denver is 83 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options, an easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
You know, Red Rocks Roof and Solar is owned by Brooke, and man, do I like this woman. She can go out there and find money if you have a commercial property. I don't care if it's an apartment complex or, you know, a big barn that you manufacture stuff out of. If it's a commercial property, she can get almost 100% of your solar system paid for with grants and tax credits. She's incredible. I want you to give her a call with any questions. No smoke and mirrors. I'm talking the real deal on commercial property. They also do residential, of course. But 303-704-2449, or check them out at redrocksrs.com. Simplyfloorsinc.com. Buddy Mitchell and Karen Mitchell, they're the owners. We have had them in our house numerous times doing work on our flooring. We got our carpet from them. We've got some luxury vinyl planks from them. They're just great people. They've got multiple showrooms around the Denver metro area, or they can bring everything to you with their mobile showroom. Check them out at simplyfloorsinc.com.
Is getting gas at Exxon burning a hole?
Oh, you're just blowing smoke, bro.
I swear to God, I'm so fucking over unemployment and all this bullshit.
Did they get back to you, Kelly?
Yeah, they did. It's going to be another 3 weeks.
Why is that? Why do they keep doing that?
Because they have to get verification that he's not working.
That's crazy.
So, yeah.
How do you verify you're not working?
No, they have to basically verify from previous employers that he had been working and now he's not working.
I got it.
And so that is the big holdup.
Got it.
So
Well, the big holdup was someone pretended to be him.
Correct. That has been handled. That fraud has, and Phil helped with that. But I swear to God, I'm about to.
I got you. It's stressful.
Unemployment's going to come over and do some investigation. Find out they've had to go from Shanahan's to Elway's. Things are that bad.
I sent him a link to the video and said, "Hey, would you
know what?
Here we go.
And give me a discount or sending it to me." They didn't get back to me, but the cool thing is the company.
Actually, we're going to do a little fundraiser for Kelly. Should we start a Go F you?
A GoFundMe.
I swear to God, if you guys do fucking anything, Shannon, I will kick your ass.
For their company.
Woo!
I'll fight for one of me.
I'm going to go buy her and Adam
It's
a
not a
pallet
Harley, but I'm getting
of top
there.
ramen. That'll get you through the hard.
I'm moving my video around. I think I just added 30 pounds to myself.
Well, yeah,
you're on
that is
vacation.
one of the crazier framing jobs I've seen there.
I'm trying.
There you go. Oh, look at that. Oh, my God. Yeah, you did.
I did, didn't I? God dang it.
Oh, way to go, Big Steve.
That's cool.
In the delay, when I move the needle, it takes like a minute, so I have no idea how far I moved
Now,
it.
if you do have a way to monitor Twitch, that is only a
got a
2-second delay.
That's crazy. Well, the problem is I don't want to eat my bandwidth up.
No, no, I get that. But
The guy that's the business partner with you.
like for the camera in the studio, I'll put my phone on Twitch, and then Kelly can go in there and adjust it real time.
I want to get a set of MSDs to go ahead and.
Although it's still a little high, isn't it?
You're a little high.
Too high, too high.
Years ago.
If Talib's listening, he knows that song.
Talib!
To leave me alone.
Car. It was,
Okay, there. I think I got it. Now I'm not. Now I don't look like I'm
You're just
300
a you're just a 1XL, not a
Yeah,
5XL.
I'm single XL again.
Oh, that's funny.
Does that frame look right, though? Are you looking at it in
Yeah,
Twitch?
it's pretty good. I mean, you still. It's so funny. You got the black bars, like you're going from letterbox to 4-3. You know.
Yeah, I got bit by a mosquito in our last place, man. Holy crap, dude! My forehead lit up like you've never seen.
Fuller. It was like a 19.
Hey, Jeff, you been out hunting yet?
no, there's really nothing going on right now. So I mean,
Suzanne
except for, like, coyotes and whatnot.
Suzanne was amazed that you could get bear tags in Colorado. She did not realize people hunted bear.
Oh yeah. I had bear tags the last 2 years, and I didn't really pursue them too much because we were focused more on the elk. But we've actually
Can you
got,
sell your tags?
No, you can turn them in, and as long as the season hasn't started, get your money back or your points restored, one of the two.
So that tag's got to match the hunter.
Correct. Yeah.
Here you go, coming back.
Oh.
Here we go.
.com.
All right, Linda's got a problem with the IRS. We're going to get Steve Sizik on the beginning of next hour. Suzanne's going to reach out to him. Kelly, you simply don't have his contact info, I don't believe, because he moved. Is that correct, Kelly? Oh, of course she did. All right, 303-713-8255. So, Linda, I want you to hold tight. We're going to come to you after the break. We're going to get Steve Sizik on. And then let's go to Linda number 2 that's got a problem with a loan after the death of her parents. Linda, what is going on?
Yeah, I went and did everything they told me, get a personal representative deed. I put the title in my name, but then when I went to the bank I guess you just can't assume the mortgage loan.
That is very true.
They said but I have to refinance and the rates are so high. I thought, is there another way of doing this?
Wow, that is an interesting question. Well, we can get an expert on. In fact, we'll try to get Ideal Home Loans on to ask if there's a way around it. But here's the curious part. I don't think so, because they had the loan, not you. They qualified for the loan, not you. And inside that loan, probably more importantly, is inside that loan, in all that documentation, it's probably not assumable, meaning you can't do it, even if you're going to make the payments on it. Out of curiosity, though, Linda, why do you want the house?
Because I need a place to live, and my children. Yeah, and yeah, that's why. And I wondered, can you tap into the equity if I have the title or not?
How much equity do you have in it?
Probably about 250,000.
I think the problem you're going to run into once again is qualification. Do you have a job? Is there income? Do your kids, are they of age or over 18 and work as well?
Yeah, they work. I'm retired.
Okay, so they work. Do you think they could qualify?
No.
They couldn't qualify. The whole problem is going to be qualification. The way you can get the equity out of the house, hold on, the way you can get the equity out is to actually sell the house.
Yeah.
I don't see any other way. I mean, you already talked to the bank about it. Did they literally call the note due?
What does that mean?
Did they say you've got to sell that house or you got to pay off the loan now?
Oh, no. No,
so
they
haven't
just said I could keep making the payments.
Okay. Well, if they're allowing you to keep making the payments, I see, because you want to get some of the equity out of it.
Yeah, to remodel because it's falling apart.
I got you. Let's try to get Brent Ivinson on, Kelly, over the break. Let's call and get Brent on. If we can't get him, get one of our other lenders from referrallist.com. I want to see if he can think of any way that she can get some of the equity out without having to I got a problem with Xfinity. What's going on, Elizabeth?
Okay, I kind of have to start from the beginning here. My husband passed away on April 29th of this year.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. How did he die?
He had been ill for some time. He'd had several back surgeries, and then he had developed a melanoma in his scalp, which had then metastasized into his liver and his kidneys. And final time, what happened? They thought they were going to start him on immunotherapy and had great hopes for that. But before they could do that, he was in the hospital still, and he took a turn for the worse. And then in the very end, his kidneys and his liver failed.
Oh my God!
And I lost him, and it's horrible. And we were married 48 years. I'm struggling with the loss of the grief, but then I'm also struggling with what I'm trying to do. I'm an 86-year-old woman. I have some savings. My husband had very, very little life insurance because of health problems over the years.
Sure.
And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to stay in my home. At my age, I would like to stay here. I'm healthy and I'm.
Hey, Elizabeth, is the home in both your names?
Yes, it is in both of our names, but that's not the issue. I have no problem with my home.
Okay, hold on. That music means we got to take this break. I'm going to dig into your issue after the break, so please hold on. I want to figure out what's going on, and we're going to get you set up with someone. It says you got an Xfinity issue, so we'll dive into that and any other questions you got. We've got a landscaping problem. Man, we've got a ton of stuff going on. Everybody hold tight. 303 Martino or help at troubleshooter.com.
Yeah.
Hey, Kelly, you're calling Steve, right?
Yes, and Brent Ivinson is available in 15.
All right, I'll do Steve coming back, then we'll get Ivinson. Then tell Elizabeth I'm going to be a little bit, but I promise she'll be after those two because we have experts on. And then Deputy Doc. Doc.
He can't hear you. What do you want?
Tell him I'm probably going to have him make some calls with Elizabeth. Who else is there, deputy-wise? Anybody?
No, you're stuck with me, Mark.
Okay, I'm going to probably assign Elizabeth to you depending on what's going on, man. It can't be that big of a deal with Xfinity.
Right. I mean, it's the woman whose husband died, right?
Yeah. Hey, Rod Greer.
I'm with you. Go ahead.
I'm trying to keep these guys in check, Mark, just so you know.
Please do. Did you guys order pizza?
Of course.
He's saving you a piece.
Yeah,
You
I
better
gotta
get
do
here
that
soon.
too. Just
It'll be on the counter when you get back.
You know, the last.
Yeah, you know what? He was
30
upset
days.
because last week there were no jalapenos on either pizza.
fuck out.
We getting pizza? I love
Woohoo! What'd you guys get on it this time?
I
Don't tell
have
me
no- I
Rod
have-
ordered that cheeseburger thing.
No, Rod has been banned from actually ordering any more pizza.
Hey, I want a taco pizza this week.
Hey, can I ban Vic from doing it with no jalapenos? Well, actually, isn't Griffin supposed to do it on his?
Since
his
he's a
set?
newbie?
Yeah, actually, the first time you're in.
Yeah,
Every
that's right.
other time.
Am I getting in trouble with Mark? Because I'd like to avoid that.
He said you're responsible for buying the pizza because you're the new guy here.
You're being broken into.
The first time I
Yeah, he should be buying pizza.
over on this side, and we were almost done with the show, and Mark said,
This park's pretty nice. We're right on the ocean, man.
Where are you at?
"Why neck tattoos?"
We are in Oregon. What's it called?
I said, "I made a lot of
Newport.
Newport.
Are you
Oh,
on
okay.
the east, on the
Listen,
east or
guys.
west side of the Cascades?
I don't know, Doc. Oh, hold on. Let me turn this up. East or west side of the Cascades? I have no idea. I would
Well,
assume
Oregon
west.
it's kind of like Denver a little bit. If you're on the east side of the Cascades, it's pretty dry. If you're on the west side of the Cascades, it's what you would expect the Northwest to look like. It's moist and green. But the Cascades in Oregon do what the Rockies do in Colorado. They separate the dry from the wet.
This is wetlands, man.
Oh,
This
so you're
is
on the,
beautiful
on the west
green.
side. Are you by the ocean?
Well, no, she's saying we're south. You mentioned like Colorado. I got to tell you, we hear things about Oregon, Portland. Oh my God, we drove through there because we had to. It is the biggest shit show I've ever seen. You guys think we have homeless encampments right on the highway? First of all, everything is graffiti. I mean, the speed limit signs are graffiti. But the homeless population just lives out in front of you everywhere. They don't even try to hide under bridges, man.
You
They
could have
are
parked your RV in any one of those lots.
Anyway, I'll tell you what, if I ever want to get rid of my RV, all we got to do is leave the door open and leave it there for, a week and it's gone. Not
Hey,
even
Mark.
a week, probably a day.
Portland has one of the most progressive city councils and mayors in the country. That's why it's like that.
It is the biggest shit show that you can imagine. I can't believe Denver actually looks good compared to it. And Denver looks like shit.
Well, I think Seattle's almost as worse as California for what everybody tells me.
Oh, man, if it's any worse than Portland, I just can't imagine.
I think Portland is the worst.
It is so bad, man. It looks, driving through, and it's not a small town, man. It's a big son of a bitch. Driving through it, it's just shit. Everything's nasty.
Isn't Portland where they had that, I'm trying to think of it, where they declared they had an open city or something?
I don't know if it's like
that only,
they took over the
They
police
took over
department.
they took
the
over
Fed building
downtown.
or something.
Yeah.
The police department.
Yeah, Portland is definitely the worst, Mark.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hey, we met on YouTube. I can't be on it because I have no bandwidth, but I don't. Yeah, we met Sherry. She's been listening forever, and we were going through somewhere in Washington, Spokane, and we met up with her real quick and her husband. So that was kind of cool.
Did you give them autographs?
No, we took a great picture, though. Suzanne says she was super cute.
Temps down to the mid 50s, and then Saturday we're going to be in the 80s. That's your one cool day.
It was a shit show in that town, too, man. I have this massive, bus parked out front in this little, homeless encampment. And I'm just afraid, like, they're going to steal my hubcaps, and I don't even have hubcaps, so.
Following him.
I'm sure she's on YouTube. Sherry, I didn't mean, she probably thought, my God, what's wrong with him? I basically said, let's take a picture real quick. And I ran back to the RV because I was afraid they were going to steal my dogs or cook my dogs. I'll tell you something funny about her. You ready for this? So she lives with her ex-husband as a roommate now. So they get divorced and then they move in together. What is that? Doc, oh, he's a great guy, Pete. But Doc, you've actually been divorced, right?
And I'm best friends with my ex-wife.
Yeah, but can you imagine staying and moving in with her?
No, not after we knew we were getting divorced, so we kind of lived together but separately for a year, just until our son graduated from high school. And once he went off to college, then we officially separated physically and divorce-wise. But no, I can't imagine living with an ex-wife after the divorce.
It's crazy. He's there fixing up the house for her. Hey, did we get Steve on Cizik?
That's the cool thing is that Paul never did market research.
Yeah,
I'll take
she's
that
on the
as
phone right now.
Yeah, okay.
But you mentioned the Bears, Mark. We got twin yearlings that have separated from their mama. They've been going around the mountain house and the community up there. They have zero fear of humans. I mean, they've been we've been hazing them.
But Steve's up, I assume.
Wait, Mark, Jeff, they're abandoned.
We don't know. They were with Mama just a month ago, and now nobody's seen Mama, and these two are walking around, and they have zero fear of humans. I mean, they've been trying to enter cabins and everything else, but air horns, yelling, pots and pans, everything else. Nope. You can run after them.
Is Fish and Wildlife going to come and take them away?
Sooner or later, they're going to get in trouble. They may not make it till winter. Yeah, they're probably going to get
Why are they so fearless, Jeff?
They just haven't had enough encounters.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome, my friends, to the only show of its kind. Over $300 million we have helped people recover in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refund services, and there's a lot more. There's a lot more to be done if you've been ripped off. If you need a little help, maybe you got a bad landlord trying to pull one over on you, or a contractor that took money and ran. We're going to talk about all those things, and we're going to try to help you out. Now, it is car day. The one thing we haven't had is any car questions yet. Any issues with cars? We have Jeff Fick, Kimmer Transmission. Man, he does a great job. I have used him numerous times over at his shop. I think the most recent, he did a transmission service on one of our Santa Fe's. Hey, Jeff, really quick, I think the Santa Fe calls for like every 60 or 100,000 maybe, but you've always told me to get that transmission service, every 60,000?
No, I prefer a more intensive preventative maintenance schedule, so I recommend every 3 years or 36.
Okay. So, but under 3 year 36, can you assure most people listening? Now, I know there's catastrophic failures and problems, but in general, and I don't care if it's a Hyundai or a Chevy or Ford or any vehicle, if you actually stuck with that and did a transmission service every 3 years or 36,000 miles, I mean, can you extend the life of that transmission
You're literally just maximizing it. So you're not going to extend it. By not doing it, you'll shorten it.
Okay, but what would the difference be? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, just generic, like 100,000 compared to 200,000? I mean, is that possible?
Yeah, well, 100%. My son's truck, he got, 240,000 on it before we ended up having to pull it out.
What kind of vehicle was that?
It was a Chevy half-ton.
Okay. So any questions, automotive, we also have Rod Greer, JFR Cars, they're car brokers. They can find you any vehicle and typically save you money. He can also talk to the financing on vehicles, shipping. I mean, pretty much on the sales side, Rod's the man. And then we have Griffin Ash. He's with Action Automotive Service, new on our referral list at referrallist.com. They're in Colorado Springs, and they're great guys down there. I mean, I can't wait to get to know them more over the years. Hey, what's your boss's or the owner's name, Griffin? Steve?
Yeah, the boss's name is Stan, is the owner.
Stan. I knew it started with an S. I had a great conversation with him. I talk in depth to our referral list members before we put them on and try to understand their background and what's going to make them good, and kind of explain that, when you get on the referral list, if you do have issues, we're going to get involved really quick and make sure they're taken care of. And I like how you guys are running stuff. Now, I have Steve Sizik on. We had someone call in, and I'm going down. I gotta scroll down on here. Linda's got a problem with the IRS. Hey, Steve, I'm going to catch you up real quick on it, then we'll bring Linda back
Mark,
up.
How you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Hey, Steve, you are now with the Harris Law Firm, and I like those guys over there. They're great people at the Harris Law Firm, but you now work there, right? You're an attorney for them.
Yeah. So Harris didn't actually have a tax division. They have an estate division, and they're very well known with their family law stuff. So I've moved over, and I'm heading and building a tax division with Harris. We're doing all the sort of same collection stuff that we did before, plus much more sort of complex, intense tax negotiation and opinions, and pretty much anything you need with respect to tax law. We're building it up on the Harris side, and it's been really good so far.
You know, I got to know Rich and Lisa just from coming into studio, especially Rich over, a couple of years span, and man, what a good guy. I mean, he's really
overall. Yeah.
Just overall, I mean, sometimes you think of attorneys, and I'm not throwing punches at you, maybe a little one, but some of you think of attorneys, you think, all kinds of things conjure up, but Rich doesn't conjure up, and he's so smart. I mean, really, the Harris Law Firm does everything, and I think you're going to do great down there and mesh with those guys.
I appreciate it.
But here's this deal with Lisa. Pretty much straight up, they took a payment that she made and applied it to the wrong year. In fact, Linda, what year? I believe you were talking about $1,200 or $1,300. What year did they apply it to?
They applied it to the 2023 taxes, but it was to pay for the 2022 taxes due.
So they used it, and this happened last year in 23?
When we filed our 2023 taxes, that's when they duplicated the payment that was for 2022 with prepayments that we made for 2023.
Yeah, so Steve, if I'm understanding this right, in 2023 they went to pay their taxes, and let's just say it was $1,000. They paid their, but instead of applying to that tax year of 2022, they applied it to quarterlies, basically. They applied it to the future. How do you unwind something like that so she can get her money applied right?
So, yeah, it's that's a mess, and it's not super easy. You actually have to submit something in writing to the IRS and identify when you made the payment.
I'm interrupting you because I forgot to tell you this, and Linda, you can kind of explain but they requested 14 pages of stuff that she's apparently already sent, correct, Linda?
That's correct.
Okay. How long ago did you send it?
That was in April.
Okay. And that's probably about right as far as timing for the IRS application of payment. What I would do, if you've already sent in writing verification of the payment, how you wanted it applied, how those credits should have been applied to your account, best thing you can do is call and just verify that they received that 14 pages and they're processing it. If they haven't received or processed those payments, then I would recommend getting the fax number from the agent you call the second time around and like literally go to Kinko's or something and fax it directly in. So
I can't believe they still accept faxes.
Yeah, that's the most secure way to send documentation still.
That's amazing.
I have what's known as an e-fax. So I fax from my computer, but most people have to go to FedEx or whatever. Nobody uses those things anymore.
I didn't know that as far as the security. Linda, do you got any other questions? Yeah. I mean, Steve's saying basically you got to give it a little more time. One of the things, though, Steve, I know you guys that deal with the IRS and help all the time that owe a lot of back taxes and whatever's going on, but you guys have kind of a back number, but you even wait forever. What phone number should she call? Do you know the number?
It sounds like she already, connected with them. But for, what's called the automated collections system, and this is the people that we typically, call to deal with, issues like this or really any sort of collection issue. It's 800-829-3903. So 800-829-3903.
And then that number when she And she can figure out if they got the paperwork. That's really her next step.
Yeah, that person can say, hey, did you receive it? And they can say, yes, we've got record. It's received and being reviewed. Or
now, once they apply
it, very possible they say they didn't get it.
Once they apply the way she wants it applied, and let's say they agree to it, and that creates a refund, how much longer do you think she's going to end up waiting for that refund?
Well, Mark?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Linda.
I'm sorry. They sent me in one check, they sent me the $1,509 that we were due, plus interest, plus paying us the money that went to them to pay 2022 taxes in February of 2023. So they've overpaid us. My husband wants to cash the check. I feel like if we cash the check, then pretty soon IRS, if I ever get this settled, is going to say, well, now you owe us that money and you owe us interest.
How do you know they overpaid?
Because
how do you know they overpaid your refund?
They finally sent us the check, and they sent us a form along with it, and looking at the form, they've included our 2022 tax payment with payments received for 2023.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So, Steve, it goes back to the exact same thing.
So they sit back the money because they applied the credit, and then,
So really,
I would call that number. And then get with and ask them to send you what are called account transcripts. The 800-829-3903. Say, hey, I've got this check. I think you guys have actually refunded money that is still owed. And they can look on their system and they can say, okay, well, we see the credit, we see the refund issued, we see now that created a balance. And it's like, okay, well, then you ask them, say, should I just void out this check? Because right now, the IRS, when they send you a check, they go ahead and subtract that from the account ledger, right? So they're showing probably a negative on your 2022 balance. And so if you just void the check, it'll still show a balance owed until the IRS figures out that the check was never cashed.
That's crazy.
That they'll advise, say, hey, cash the check, go online and make a payment for the difference, and then that kind of resolves it. But you'll want to get that verification from that agent because the systems don't, it's the blind leading the blind over there. The system will change. The agent will see something different. They'll send a check. I've had clients who've had, add 4 zeros to what you received, right? And they're like, what should I do with this? He was like, hold on, before you do anything, I need to touch base with them. And inevitably what they typically will advise, say, hey, cash the check, go online, make a payment of the amount that's owed, and then that will resolve it, as opposed to holding on to the check, which could extend this thing for 6 months to a year.
And she can go on. In fact, Steve, in fact, what she could do is cash the check, go on, and then literally apply it to where it should be applied, right? She could almost do that herself.
Yeah, I mean, I would just want to confirm the numbers, to make sure, because if you cash it and you just try to do it on your own without getting some instruction from them, now you're back on the hamster wheel. So you want to.
So Linda, I mean, really, that's what you need. You should probably just cash it because it doesn't matter. I'm baffled that our IRS operates off of a cash basis. I mean, when they write the check before it's cashed or before you receive it and cash it, they already have it on the ledger. That's that's really strange to me. But okay, it is what it is. They still take faxes. Now, Linda, do you have any other questions? Because I want to free this line up.
Nope, I'm fine now. Thank you very much for your help. I appreciate it. You have a great day.
Hey, you too, Linda. Call that number up. And by the way, Steve Sizik with HarrisFamilyLaw.com. Steve, really, you specialize in any. Why do people call you generally now?
Yeah, so we're dealing with any sort of. Typically, it's going to be more businesses with significant tax liabilities. Obviously now we deal with family law issues. We deal with estate tax issues, and then the more nuanced sort of taxation issues with contracts, tax liens when you're trying to sell business properties.
I got it.
Really, the only thing we don't do is we don't go to tax court. That's just the one thing that my team isn't yet built to do. I mean, eventually next year we hope we'll have that aspect as well. But for now,
cool.
Pretty much any other aspect of tax law, we're here to do it, and I'm happy to assist.
Awesome. That's Steve Sizik, 303-515-5000. I appreciate that, Steve. Look, I got to take a break. I'm going to come back to Elizabeth. Linda, we're still getting Brent Ivinson on, one of our lenders. We're going to see if she can't get some equity out. Her folks died, left her a house. Of course, she can't assume the loan. She is still making the payments, but she wants to get some of the equity out. Maybe Brent will have an idea. She's got over $250,000 in equity, but has no way of touching it. And hopefully Brent can come up with something. So we'll talk to him on that. Brian has a landscaping issue. We lost him before, and we've got him back. And then one line open, 303 Martino.
Zero Res, the best deal of the summer right now. 3 rooms clean starting at $119 and take $75 off duct cleaning. 303-471-5150 or book online. ZeroResDenver.com. Take advantage of these huge savings.
The Art of Granite. In fact, Mitch is out at our house this month. We're getting our bedroom done. We're going to have a brand new master bathroom that's going to look great. We're going with quartz. Suzanne picked it out. He sent his crew out. They laser measure it. You pick out your slab from anywhere. He'll let you use his wholesale account. Then you pay him for the fabrication and labor. So you get the slab at a wholesale price, or if he's got remnants that are big enough for your job, you'll get them for free. But you can call him up, talk to him. He gives actual quotes over the phone. It is theartofgranite.com, theartofgranite.com. Another company I use all the time, you ready for this? Simply Floors, Inc. These guys have the best line, absolutely beautiful line of carpet and hardwood and tile and luxury vinyl. You name it, these guys have it when it comes to flooring. Proximity Mills is a brand. Just Google it. You're going to see some of the best stuff out there. And it doesn't matter if it's a fix and flip house or a $5 million mansion. These guys can do all your flooring needs. Check them out at simplyfloorsinc.com.
You wouldn't know it, but most...
So what are we seeing there on the stream? Is that Sue's coming up and giving you a prompt like we saw with Biden last night?
Yeah, pretty much. She's Bidening me.
That's Jill helping you down the stairs or something.
She's time, and she's wearing. If people on YouTube are looking, she's got nothing on the bottom.
Oh,
she's just walking around. She's walking around with just a T-shirt.
A champagne T-shirt.
Nice legs.
A what?
Is that champagne? Is that Corbel?
That is Dubel.
Tequila.
Tequila.
Oh.
Not to be mistaken with taquitos.
Mexican champagne, very nice.
You know, one of the best bang for the bucks we ever did was a taco. What was that? Not the Burger Fest, but the Taco Fest. What'd they call it?
Wasn't that down? Was that like at 38th and Park?
When we went, it was at old Stapleton area, that new kind of. And here's why I say the best bang for the buck. The tickets, the food was great. The tequila was great. The beer was great. Yeah. It was all like $50. The price was great. But, man, we scored like 10 T-shirts. I have never been to one of those things where they're just giving out T-shirts and hats and nice bags. The swag was unbelievable.
That is fantastic. Well, I did one with Hollenbeck at, right across from Mile High there, like 38th and Park, 38th I-25. Near the Regency Hotel, or
I can picture it.
Yeah, but yeah, that was fantastic.
That round building, right?
Yeah, there's one that's right next to Mile High, and then there's that one that's really colorfully painted a little further north on the same side. That's where we were.
The other, sometimes at Burger Battle, they have in that sculpture park down there by the old studio.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, that studio, what do you think that is now? Did they just rip all that equipment off that 13th and Lawrence building? Or is it a station?
I don't think another station went in there. And we didn't move too much here.
Yeah.
Because we went from tape players to computers.
That must have been a fun transition.
It was a hell of a thing to be a part of.
Give it a name.
You know, I was in charge of the board ops at the time. and I had like 30 guys working for me on the 3 different stations. Between the 3,
I don't think there's
I
going to be
lost
one.
over half because they did not want to learn how to work with computers.
That's going to be a problematic.
God.
1991.
Would they think everything was going to go back the other direction?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. So, and I think it's already.
You know,
gonna be
we
announced
had
that Liza's out of
one.
the race by then.
Now, obviously, you were running the cafe, but we had one computer in the newsroom that we had to book time to be able to go on and look at AP stories every day. Me and Jay
I would
sit
have-
there and download.
I mean, for the people that watch this and were on
You know, Peter Boyles was at that cafe like, God, man, all the time, doing his bulletin board shit with his listeners back then. He didn't even have internet. Think about this, at his house.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't even think, I mean, he might, I don't think he had dial-up when I first met him. Honest to God, I don't think he did.
Oh, I sure didn't until, because I started in '93 at KNUS, and I didn't have any sort of computer stuff till later. You guys talking about fax machine? I had that earlier. Definitely had the fax. We went through a lot of that. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, hold on. Is this Bear? Is this the Bear you were talking about, Jeff?
Yeah, there's the 2 different little ones there.
And he's on he just got right on your 4-wheeler.
I think that's the point, though. Some people.
So, but and then there's
That thing is cute, though, man.
Yeah, but there's one picture in there from last year. It's Mama with the 2 cubs from last year, but Mama hasn't been seen in a month.
Those little ones could be, they could make a bathroom rug.
Or one of those cute little things you put on the bathroom, on the toilet seat.
Bear
Yeah,
slippers.
exactly. We went to her cousin's house. Yeah, she went to Canada, and they did a safari and got a grizzly.
Coming back.
Was
Here
it a
we go.
Kodiak?
They were
630 KHOW,
an iHeart radio station.
All right, 303-713-8255. By the way, feel free to join us on YouTube. You go to YouTube and you look up Troubleshooter Network. You'll find us live there. We talk during the breaks. It's like a show within a show. And that's it, man. I happen to be this week, Suzanne and I are in Oregon. We're right off the ocean right now in a beautiful RV park, kind of enjoying life. You know what Tom's doing today? Does anybody know? I know Kelly knows, so don't say a damn word, Kelly, but Shannon, do you know what Tom's doing?
I don't even know what he's doing when he's in here.
Fair enough. Do any of you guys in studio, Jeff, Rod, Griffin, do you have any idea?
I know
Can
what
you
he's
guess?
doing, Mark, but I'm not going to say because he
Why?
told me.
He told you not to say?
Oh, he told me what? I don't know. I think it's personal. I'm not going to say what he told me.
Okay, then I'm not going to say it. Unless you say it, Doc. Wait.
No,
Suzanne,
I think,
go ahead, Doc.
I just think it's personal, and if he wants to talk about it, he can talk about it when he comes back. But I'm not going to go public with something he told me in confidence.
Okay. I don't think it was in confidence, but okay. I'll take your lead, and I'm not going to say what he's doing. But all we're doing is leaving a lot to the imagination at this point. People are going, is he getting one of those implants? Is he getting this done? Is he getting a boob job? Is he getting what's he
Trinidad?
doing?
Is he in Trinidad?
He might have headed down to Trinidad. I'm not saying he's transitioning all the way, but it could be the first step. But I'm not going to, you know what? I think Doc's right. Doc set it up perfectly, and we'll just keep it at that. Now, I want to bring up Brent Ivinson. I want to bring up Brent Ivinson with Ideal Home Loans. Hey, Brent, how are you, man?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
I am doing good, sir. I have got a question for you. I don't know if you can help out now, but it's a very curious situation that happens all the time. This woman, Linda, who we'll bring up as well, her parents died, and she inherits the house, and there's no problem with that. But the problem is, of course, she can't assume the loan. It's non-assumable. They're telling her she can just keep paying the mortgage payments, and they're not going to do anything, which generally is true. But she's got about $250,000 in equity that she wants to try to get out of there to actually put back into the house because the house is in shambles. The problem, though, is She's retired. I'm sure she doesn't have the income needed for another loan. Plus, she doesn't want, you probably hear this all the time, she doesn't want to get out of that 3% mortgage her parents were locked into because interest rates are higher now. I know you guys can handle that problem because you have the interest rate guarantee. But if she can't qualify, can you think of any way she can continue to make payments on the first and squeeze some of that equity out, or just no can do?
Yeah, unfortunately, there's not going to be a way for her to get that equity out. I mean, the only option with that existing person in place would be to go get a second or a home equity line of credit, and she'd have to qualify to do that. And so depending on, again, the one key in this is that mortgage that's outstanding on the house now is not in her name and is not going to report on her credit.
Yeah.
So,
well, hold on, though.
But yeah.
How would she get a second if there's a first on the property out there not in her name? I mean, would anybody actually give? Is that even possible?
So here's the thing. Yes, it is possible, and we have seen it done. It's it's one of those things that it just depends on what her financial situation looks like, what other bills she's got, what income she's got coming in. If she doesn't have anything else, then it may work to go get a home equity line.
Hold on. Linda, real quick. Just, I know you're retired, but what are you talking about? I mean, do you have Social Security? Do you have a pension? What are you pulling in a month cash flow?
SSI about $2,000.
Oh, it's never going to happen. It's just never going to happen.
Yeah. No, probably not. So unfortunately, but yeah, as far as the mortgage goes now, the way these servicers work when something like this happens, as long as the mortgage is getting paid, they have no problem. They don't mind. It does not matter.
And why would they? Why
Right,
disrupt the
yeah.
apple
Why would
cart?
they
Why
care?
would they have an issue?
Yeah.
What about a reverse mortgage?
You can look at a reverse mortgage as well.
You know
So,
what?
that's a
Who said
possibility.
that? Was that Rod?
Yeah.
Rod, that was a great idea. Let me ask you that. You guys do reverses, don't you?
Yeah, we do. Yep.
So, but here's the problem once again. I know you've got to qualify for the taxes, and you have to qualify for whatever kind of payment, and you've got to be able to qualify for, well, no, the house has to be in a good shape too, right? In other words, if her house is as bad as she's describing, her parents, and it needs a lot of work, they probably won't even qualify for a reverse mortgage because it's in shambles.
Well, maybe. What we would need to do is take a look at all the variables on it. Find out, hey, listen, there's varying degrees of houses in shambles. I do know with reverse mortgages, they're a little pickier on the appraisals, but I've seen some fairly aggressive things get done. That may be the best option. I mean, look, we're happy to take a look at it. It doesn't cost you anything. It's something that, we'll do a soft inquiry on your credit so it doesn't hit your credit report and see what we can do.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
In fact, I'd love... Yeah, you like that idea, Linda?
Yes.
I want you to call Brent, anybody else out there with lending, and I just want to emphasize something. With that rate guarantee, what these guys bring to the table, I understand if you need to get cash out right now, you don't want to go from a 3 or 4% mortgage to a 7 or whatever it is. I get it.
Yeah.
But if you're paying off, not you, Linda, but hold on, if you're paying off high credit card debt that's way over 7%, first of all, who cares? I mean, you're still saving money no matter you look at it. But even more importantly, if rates drop in the next 2 years, which I'm sure they will, at least I think everybody thinks they're going to drop, they will refinance you for free. So there's really nothing to lose there. But Linda, give Brent a call, 303-867-7000. Got it? And you can also just go to idealhomeloans.com. Look, I got to take a break. Brent, I appreciate it. That's Brent Ivinson on our referral list at referrallist.com, idealhomeloans.com. We're going to have 2 lines open in a second. Ripped off, taken advantage of, 303-713-8255. Then I'm going to get back to Elizabeth after this break. This poor woman's got a problem with Xfinity. She lost her husband in April, and things aren't just going good, and we're going to do everything we can to help her out. Everybody hang tight. Then Brian, I promise you'll be after that. 1 line open, 303 Martino.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Audible.
Starting to see some usual busy spots for the late Friday morning commute. I-25 southbound into downtown showing speeds in the 30s and 40s between I-70 and Spear Boulevard. Northbound, I-25 slow between Alameda and Colfax. Northeast of there through Commerce City, I-270 westbound. Some stop-and-go traffic between Northfield and Vasquez. Nothing out of the ordinary there. If you're heading to DIA, it's a mostly clear drive on I-70 eastbound. We are seeing some brief congestion spots just after 225 heading to Pena Boulevard. Fox 31, pinpoint weather. It's another hot one out there today. High 93 this afternoon, overnight low 57. Scattered thunderstorms later today and into the evening. The current temperature in Denver is 85 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Get immersed in new worlds and ideas with Audible. Explore an incredible selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals, all in one easy app. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
Lazy Days RV, if you're looking for a new RV or maybe a used one or looking to trade in, looking for low monthly payments, looking for a Class A, a Class B, a Class C, a pop-up. Man, we had a pop-up years ago that you could take off-road and basically set up camp with the kids anywhere. It doesn't matter what you want. These guys at Lazy Days, they know how to deliver the best deal to you. And their inventory's crazy. They got locations everywhere across the state. In fact, across the country. Check them out, lazydays.com. That's lazydays.com. I see Jeffrey. I see Doc. Where's the new guy at?
He's sitting next to me to the left.
Hey, I can barely see him.
I have a little song for you there.
Did you see that bear?
Did I see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look what Suzanne sent you.
Oh.
It's a black bear.
Oh, I thought she got a grizzly.
And she said it was a black bear.
I didn't know the best way to tell the
That is way
difference
out of
if
my
the
purview.
color's the same
I'll
is
do
the
what I
neck.
can, but
Yeah.
I don't. It's not.
Also, the claws. I mean, if you see a grizzly bear, you can see they got 4 or 5 inch claws sticking out, very easily to identify.
You were
Doc, when we were in Montana, they had I think they were telling me they've had 16 bear killings. You know, the bear killing a human this year so far.
It's usually the stupidity of the person. But,
and it's always grizzlies, they say. They say it's generally never a black bear.
Yeah, years ago, I had a bear that charged down on me after I shot it. And it didn't drop until it was about 12 yards away from me. I was supposed to go on a archery grizzly hunt that spring with some friends. I shot that black bear 3 times with a high-powered rifle. There was no way I was going up to Alaska to, throw sticks at them.
And you don't mean a hairy black man.
You get Leviticus,
J-man.
and it
hairy black bear.
And it
I'm not sure what was worse.
Yeah, I got that.
So you get your Leviticus, it doesn't do that. All right.
I don't understand what you're saying. He's saying.
AG, just breaking. Wisconsin does not allow a candidate to
Oh.
Nevada, the cutoff is
Oh, I see what he's saying.
Texas and South Carolina do not allow it.
Trying to say hairy gay man, and it came out hairy black man. What the hell's wrong with me?
We have
I
a
know
list.
what's wrong with me.
You think we can answer that in a 4-hour show?
Is that a little bit better angle on the table now?
On the table? What? Who?
Aren't you
Where?
seeing the boys at the table better?
Oh, let me look. Actually, I am seeing them a lot better. What'd you guys do?
I went in there and fiddled with it.
Thank you.
But you were singing a little
So
song.
you're basically doing Kelly's job.
You said, I see Jeffrey, I see Doc, and I...
Yeah, you know where I was
drop
going.
my pants and you'll see my what? Huh?
All right, Andrew Dice.
Yay! I got
You know, there was one day I was doing those nursery rhymes during the break, and it happened to be the one day where some, let's just say, higher uppers
Yeah.
were listening on YouTube, which was really amazing because they generally never listen on YouTube.
Right.
It's just my luck, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, always. Yep.
I don't think you were the board op, but I I had a board op that got up during my computer show way back in the day, the late night one.
Yeah.
And the board op was gone, and I had this dude, Mike, in this cat, and he goes, shit. Oh, fuck, I just said shit. And, of course, no
Nobody
delay,
in there
no
to get
anything.
dumped. That's great.
No, and guess who called me the next morning?
Chris Ollinger.
Lee Larson.
Oh,
Right over Chris. I mean, Chris was left out of that one.
you got jumped. Oh, man, that's rough.
Yeah, thank God the show was on like 11 to, midnight.
He says, tell you what, Joe, let me school you for a second. Were you there when I created...
Did you want somebody for Elizabeth, or are we just going to go back and get to working on her right now?
Just getting to work on her.
All right.
Is Pallades and Orion are both constellations. All right?
Well, right now...
I never had to meet with Lee, except we did have a brief conversation in the men's room after I was allowed back after my drunken debauchery on the air.
That's when you did, weren't you making fun of Hillary?
I played a goat sound effect over top of Ted Kennedy's speech from the Pepsi Center.
Do you still have it?
Somewhere that audio exists. Hang on.
.com.
Waterpros.com, Paul the Waterman, as we like to say, the best, and I mean it, the best for less. In fact, we have one of his systems in our house. Suzanne swears by this softener every day. Apparently, it's great for her hair. It's really remarkable, though. We shopped around, and sure enough, Paul's not kidding when he says the best for less. We had quotes out there for more than double for the same equipment, more than double. Plus, you get Paul the Waterman, you get their warranties, you get a great guy that knows more about water. He lives and breathes it. But any questions, whether you just want, point of use under the sink or a whole system for your house or a water softener, if it's got to do with water, you go to waterpros.net. Straight up, give them a call. The pricing is insane. Waterpros.net. Now, 303-713-8255. We have two lines open. I want to get back to Elizabeth. Elizabeth, first of all, I had those experts on, so I appreciate you waiting. Your husband passed away in April. What's going on right now to where we can help you?
Okay. The reason that I started out giving you a little bit of information about my financial situation is because you might wonder why I'm fighting such a small payment that they're taking every month.
Got it.
The reason is this. I'm living on Social Security, number one, and I have bills to pay, medical bills still to pay, and, my Social Security, I have to take money out of my savings, which are dwindling, in order to supplement the Social Security. So that's that. Now, here's what's happening with Xfinity Mobile. My husband had an iPhone from them, an iPhone 12, one of the cheaper ones. And the reason that he had that, because my phone is not with Xfinity Mobile, I'm with Verizon. But back in December, he'd been out of work for 2.5 years with his back surgery, so we had no income coming in except Social Security. So I was finding ways to cut back on our monthly, financial obligations. And we have Xfinity Internet for our Internet, been with them for years, and they very kindly offered to give me a 2-year promotion, lowering my Xfinity payment, and if I would use their Xfinity Mobile, they would bundle it and give me even a better rate. So we decided to take my husband's phone off of Verizon, and when we went with Xfinity and with mobile, they sent us the iPhone. Now, here's the crux. I understand totally what's going on when they say that if you're going to return a phone, and when you first buy it, you have 14 days to decide if you've changed
I get
your
it,
mind.
but
You don't want the that makes sense.
Elizabeth,
But
hold on. Let me cut you off for a second. I have to. I've got a lot of
Okay.
information to digest, and I've got some questions. The first question is this: who's the bill under? Is it under your name or your husband's name?
It's under my name because it went into the Xfinity account is under my name, and so the payment comes out of my account, automatic debit every
And
month.
how much is that payment that comes out?
It started out at $22.36 a month. This month, when it came out a few days ago, they've added another $5. But here's the problem. When I called and explained to them, I understand about the 14-day deal.
Yeah, go ahead. You explain. Keep going.
Yes. When I called and gave them the circumstances that my husband had passed away, I immediately, the day after he passed away, totally deleted everything, all the data off of his phone and shut the phone down. The phone is sitting here. It cannot be used. There's no
Elizabeth,
data
I still listen.
Nothing.
The one thing I'm not. Hold on. Please answer this question. I'm trying to figure out what you're looking for. I assume is your service with Xfinity as well.
No, my phone is not with X.
Okay, but you do have cable with them, right?
Yes,
Internet.
Dish. I have internet. Internet, and then we have Dish.
How much is that
satellite.
per month?
Oh, you mean my internet?
Yeah. How much is your Dish network internet with Comcast? How much?
It's $65 a month.
Okay, hold on. Stop. And you're not
bundling.
disputing any of that, correct?
No.
Okay,
no.
all you're
And that's-
disputing. Hold on. All you're disputing is the now $27 or $26 a month for your husband's phone.
Yes, because they won't. But here's the crux. Here's where my complaint comes
I
in.
get it, but that's your problem. That's what you're trying to get rid of, right?
Yes, but they have told me that after I explained the circumstances, they said I could send it back.
Yes.
And that they would email me the address with a shipping label to send this phone back. I have been calling them every day for a month and a half. They have never sent me an email, and now they're telling me it's too late to send it back and that I have to continue to pay for this phone till December of 2025. They will not let. They have gouged
How
me
long's
the
it
whole
been?
time because
Okay,
they lied
Elizabeth,
to
I
me.
get it. Elizabeth, I know you're frustrated. I get all this. Hold on. Ask me this question. Answer it, please. How long have you had this phone now?
You mean from the time that they sent it to us when we first got it, from December
just
of
roughly.
2023? Yeah,
So you've
December of 2023.
Okay.
And that was when my husband was still alive.
I get it. I get it. So here's what I want to do. Hey, Deputy Doc.
Yeah, I'm here.
I don't want to make this overcomplicated. Hey, Kelly or Suzanne, we still got a good angel over at Comcast, or are they gone? Oh, my God. Man, we had a great person.
That was what I was hoping. I'd heard about an angel because I'm having to cut back on all of my payments. You know,
Elizabeth, my God, I get it. I get it. I promise you. Deputy Doc, here's what I want you to do. I want you to have a three-way call with these people, and I want you to just stick to the actual story. Here's the bottom line. It was a husband's phone, and he died. She doesn't need the phone anymore, and she's on a fixed income, and she does have your internet, and she does have your Dish TV or Dish Network through you. So, I mean, just kind of plead with whoever you get to, Doc, but let's find another angel over there. But, Doc, do you think you can get that handled for her?
Well, I can certainly try.
Well, I think people at Comcast or Xfinity, I think they give a crap about a situation like this. I mean, this is insane. Why? And then here's the other thing I hate to say. She's on a fixed income. What are they going to do? She's what I call judgment proof. What are they possibly going to do to this woman? Honestly, she's paying her bill for the cable and the other thing. She's even paying this. But her husband died. You know, worst scenario, Elizabeth. First of all, well, okay, I don't want to attack Xfinity and Comcast right now because I'm hoping they do the right thing. But, Doc, when you get back to me, I want to know what happens here. I, honest to God, want to know what happens. So, Elizabeth, hold on. Deputy Doc's going to be calling you off the air after the show, okay?
I will definitely do that. And we're gonna get this taken care of, Mark.
Get this one taken care of big time, Doc. I mean, this is absurd. And really, she is judgment proof.
Top of my list.
The only income you have, Elizabeth, is what? Your Social Security, right?
Yes.
Hey, by the way, are you getting your husband's death benefits? I mean, have you dealt with that part of this?
Well, if you mean with Social Security, I'm supposed to be getting a $255 death benefit, which I have yet to see.
Okay, but you've done the paperwork or whatever needed to be done, made the call.
Yes,
okay,
yeah,
good. I wanted to make sure you did.
And they will take care of that and give you. They'll backdate it. You'll get whatever you deserve.
And for okay, you can put her on hold. Get her information, Kelly. Let's get this one solved. Here's what I mean too, for folks listening. When I say judgment proof, her only income is basically retirement. And if she labels a bank account right, even if they got a judgment, they're not going to be able to take money from it. She truly is judgment proof from what I'm hearing from her. And I would find it crazy if Xfinity wouldn't just get rid of the phone. She's going to send the phone back and just get rid of it. The guy died. Let's take a quick break. Brian's up next. 303 Martino.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Turkish Airlines.
Starting to see some usual busy spots for the late Friday morning commute. I-25 southbound into downtown showing speeds in the 30s and 40s between I-70 and Spear Boulevard. Northbound, I-25 slow between Alameda and Colfax. Northeast of there through Commerce City, I-270 westbound. Some stop-and-go traffic between Northfield and Vasquez. Nothing out of the ordinary there. If you're heading to DIA, it's a mostly clear drive on I-70 eastbound. We are seeing some brief congestion spots just after 225 heading to Pena Boulevard. Fox 31, pinpoint weather. It's another hot one out there today. High 93 this afternoon. Overnight low 57. Scattered thunderstorms later today and into the evening. The current temperature in Denver is 85 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Denver, welcome on board. Now, Turkish Airlines connects Denver to the world. Flights from June 11th. Details at turkishairlines.com.
Frank Duran, the real estate man. You know, Frank negotiated close to $100,000 down on a house we were looking at in Franktown. This is about 5-6 years ago. I couldn't believe the extent of his expertise when it came to negotiations. The guy once a year goes and learns more and more about negotiations, and when you meet him and when you use him, you're going to see why Frank Duran sells more homes in 1 month for more money than most realtors sell in an entire year. Check him out at frankduranhomes.com.
You scaled the sheer cliff face, battling frostbite, running low on oxygen. The wind pierced your skin, and every inch was agony. You reached heights no other human had before, while getting nowhere at airport security. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover best-selling action titles.
Do you have more than 25 years of mortgage payments left to pay, but you plan on retiring in less than 10 years? Yikes. Sounds like you need to check out the Life Changer loan. Our average client pays off in just 5 years without changing a dime of spending habit. And they get to keep access to their equity in retirement. In fact, Ben Stein calls this loan the greatest invention in personal finance in his lifetime. It's not magic. It's just math. So check us out at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Life Changer Loan Corp is a licensed Colorado mortgage company. NMLS 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp is an equal housing lender.
Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. You can put it all together with these guys. When you transition from that working self into that retirement self, they go over all the aspects of retirement. One of the most important things is not just the different investments you have out there, but the healthcare and taxes are so important. And that's what I love about these guys. It's a trusted family-owned team approach to your retirement. 40 plus years of helping people. They're going to help you with your investments. They can help you with your taxes. They can help you become retired. 970-663-3211 or rpcenter.com. Yeah, well, okay, truth be told, because I'm going to tell you the truth, you tell me the truth.
All right.
I had my mute button on when I started that commercial, is why you didn't hear me.
Well, and to tell you the truth, we did lose you mid-conversation on the air like 30 minutes ago.
You know what's weird? I literally have up my stats, and I don't see one loss in correction, period. Not one.
How about this? I see that you still have the antenna plugged into the NX. Do you definitely have Wi-Fi turned off?
There you
because
go.
Once in a while, it may want to go back to the Wi-Fi.
Oh, I didn't think of that because it's saying, hey, this is stronger.
Yeah, it may go back and forth.
I unplugged it.
Just like someday we'll have to do to Tom's life support.
Hey, how about, you didn't watch the debate. I mean, for people out there, when both of them started talking who's got the better handicap for golf, I couldn't actually believe these men were talking about that. I said, hell, Doc's got a better handicap than both of you. And Doc doesn't color his hair.
Well, special needs wise, I think Kelly has the best handicap.
Yeah. Are you in a better mood now, Kelly?
Nope, she walked out again.
Doc, you were a doctor that delivers babies, right? Yeah. That's cool, man.
Yeah, don't ask about her mood. We don't have that kind of
That's
time.
really cool. I remember when my first son was born, it seemed like...
She bristled
I
at the
never witnessed
notion
birth
of
before.
seeking
And it comes out,
psychiatric help.
And
What?
it seemed to me like a long time
What are
that
you talking
he wasn't
about?
making any sound.
Mark,
you know?
is this
and
asking
then all
how
of a
you're
sudden
doing?
he started crying, and I was like...
I said, are you in a better mood now?
I got to sit down.
In the head, not in the
Yeah, it was-
head.
Well,
It was a lot
let's
for me to
see.
take
My
in the
kid
first
is
time, but,
driving up from Phoenix.
You'll be
Got
in a dab
in
right away,
Albuquerque.
and, it didn't seem like he was making any noise.
His
I was
steering
kinda
wheel
freaking out.
started to shake.
Um,
And turns out we needed 4 new tires and alignment.
right.
So I got that going for
Yes,
me.
I thought that was one of the reasons, like, you see, like, an older movie.
So
where,
they're
like,
waiting.
Did he have a blowout, or it just started shaking all of a sudden?
Oh, crap. Hang
Yeah,
on.
that's...
We're
Yeah.
coming back. Coming back.
All right, 303-713-8255. You've been ripped off, taken advantage of. I want to hear from you. Hey, I want to ask our guys, Jeff Fick, Rod Greer, Griffin Ash, real quick. Then Kevin's got a comment on the Elizabeth issue. But, hey, guys, did you, the ones that did watch the debate, for the life of me, when they started talking, both of them, about their golf score and who's got the better handicap, could you believe what we were listening to?
I actually loved it.
You liked the handicap part, Kelly?
I did. I thought that was the perfect little moment for Trump, because when he turned to Biden and said, "I've seen your swing," it was it's him.
It was
so funny.
I can't believe they were talking about it. I looked at them both while I was watching that and going,
there
that
were
was
a lot
just
of moments
insane.
that were just kind of, bizarre, but I loved the fact when Biden started going off on something and then he just trailed off in the distance, and then they went to Trump and he said, "I have no idea what he said, and I don't even think he knows what he said." It was
Yeah,
just
but he said
so
that.
perfect.
I started the show off with that, and I mean this. He did it in somewhat of a nice way. He literally had no idea what the guy said, and I don't think he wasn't like a jerk about it either. I thought he did pretty good there. Listen, we've got a lot cooking. We got some open lines, 303-713-8255. Brian's got a big deal going on with this landscaping issue. Brian, kind of give me a picture of what's going on just real quick. I know your mom hired a contractor, but it's the bottom line, they didn't do any work yet at all. Give me something to play with over the break. Brian?
Did they put up, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Go.
Okay. So they built a wall that I discovered was completely built incorrectly, and I told them to pull a permit on it, and they refused to.
So the job is just not good.
Comes in. Well, it's not going to pass a permit. They redirected water to the neighbor's basement, created essentially a swimming pool in my mom's
Okay,
front
I
yard.
got you. Hold on. Let's get
And
him on
refused
hold.
to
We'll
pull
come
a
back to him after break. 303-713-8255, 303 Martino.
That you sent me.
Hey, let me hear my delay. Can you turn me up?
Okay. So just
Yeah,
be patient.
I think that was mostly his cell, but go ahead and
All right,
yell.
hold on.
Hey, that's a little. Not better. Okay, it's fine. It was him. God, he's like talking. It's like I'm going to start saying over.
You just sounded like a one-person. Who the hell was that? Statler and Waldorf, or whatever the hell their names were. The Muppets.
Oh,
remember the old guys? That was awful.
Up in
That
the
was really bad.
the.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Thank
I
you.
kind of liked it. Best thing ever. Statler and Waldorf. I grew up on those guys.
I don't think that's their names.
That was funny. You funny. Oh man.
The fallout is just starting. Now there's body language experts.
Yeah. So
I'm waiting for the bad lip
so
reading.
Mark.
Oh, you're on. Yep.
Mark.
Yes, Kelly. Yes,
Yeah,
Bad News
so-
Bear. Go
So
ahead.
the kids got to Albuquerque in the afternoon yesterday because they're coming up, and Trevor said his steering wheel was starting to shake.
Yeah.
And so, because I don't know anything about cars, I was like, "Why the hell are you calling me? Call your dad." And he said, "Well, Dad's on a call." And I said, "Well, text him, to call you, but pull over into a rest area or someplace. Don't drive anymore. If something's wrong." And
So what happened?
Kids are doing
well, it turns out, we go to Firestone and they have like
What color shoes was she wearing?
God.
they have shared accounts, so you can
Oh.
actually go to any Firestone and they can pull up the service on stuff.
Yeah.
So he got to Albuquerque, went to a Firestone. So I mean, obviously.
What'd they have for
I
lunch?
believe it's in the parking lot area. Or the,
All right, you know what? Fuck you. I'm done.
It's outside, right in front of the Pioneers Museum in Colorado Springs.
That was kind of fun. That was fun.
So what happened though?
The
Tell me that didn't sound like a
No, she's
caller,
not done.
Shannon.
Stop. Listen to her.
Eastwood, like
They
Clint
had to
Eastwood
get four
in-
new
in
tires
Denver.
and alignment.
Why 4 tires? So they were just bald?
No, because the thing is, I don't know. I mean, this is an Adam question, but that's
What kind of car is it?
a BMW X5.
That's why I made a four-wheel drive.
Yeah, did you get BMW tires this time?
Yeah, I think
You-
so.
You didn't put Hyundai tires on it, did you?
No. We did whatever the Firestone, like they have the records, so it's got to be the BMW tires that we put on it last time. But here's
What-
the thing that's cool.
What color's that BMW?
All of a sudden he goes,
Mark.
No, I'm being serious. What color is it? I'm looking at what they look like.
all right, Robert, what do you want to hear? Damn it,
It's
son, I said
Adam's
get the
old
bottle.
car, and it's blue.
Oh.
So it's funny to hear a 10-year-old kid tell that story.
All I'm
How many
saying-
miles are on it?
So if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Oh God.
I
but
don't
I know I would have liked that opportunity when I
That's
was there.
again an Adam question.
He
the
likes
cool
the
thing
Hyundai better,
is
doesn't
that
he?
Firestone, because they replaced the tires
we-
before.
we
They
homeschool.
prorated the
So,
cost
yeah.
of the new tires because
I'll
it didn't
stay-at-home
have
mom.
the distance that
So,
they promised us or
it's-
whatever.
Oh.
It's just neat
So
to
we
hear.
actually got a
Can I have
discount on
conversations with my
them,
kids?
not much, but at least
That's what they tell you.
That's what that's
How much was it? 4 tires and an alignment.
1,600.
God, it's amazing. That's just
Listen
amazing.
to Daddy when I tell you something. There's a reason I said, listen, I've told you guys to make a lot of mistakes.
Everything is so expensive. Think of that. 4 tires in an alignment, $1,600
I used to do a lot of drugs.
Well,
That's
you
why
know
Daddy's
what?
telling you
I'd
shouldn't
like to
do
see my
them.
kid.
You know, oh, okay, Dad. Because I want to get
And
older.
they're
And be like,
traveling
"Dude,
with
don't
precious
do that.
cargo
Don't
because they've
find
got
out
their
you did
dog
it."
with them.
Yeah.
And we're watching the dog.
What kind of dog is
It's
it?
a lot of fun.
It's a little terrier mix. It's really
What
cute.
color is it?
Oh my God! Shut up.
No, I'm being
You're
serious.
just
I'm
fucking
sorry,
with me
what's
now.
No, I'm not.
It's black and white.
Oh yeah. How much are 4 new? What? Never mind.
My wife
What's it eat?
knows all the details.
God. Well, I was hoping for what was the
Oh, yeah,
customer
absolutely.
lounge
Yeah,
like
so
at the
we
tire
did,
store. That would have been a good one.
Yeah, did they have a Keurig or was it the old school bun maker?
You know what they did, and Trevor had like 4 espressos.
Nice.
we started off.
So
with
there
that,
you go.
And my oldest son.
I can't believe how much seriously tires are. That's crazy.
And what the hell is I don't even know what an alignment is. Is that necessary? I actually asked that to Adam.
Do you know how when you reach up in your bra and you pull each one up, bam, alignment.
Alignment. You know, you have to. Well, did they align all tires or just the back center?
Well, that would be, that is an absolute Adam question. He just called me, told me how much it was. I freaked the hell out, and I said, why? And he said, nothing I can do. And I said, okay, just pay it. Kids got to get up here. So, you know, I mean, they're coming up from Albuquerque. They should be here, I don't know, sometime this afternoon.
Albuquerque's not far.
About 7 hours.
It's like 8 hours.
Where'd they stay?
No,
well, we put them up at the at a Holiday Inn Express.
Do these kids not work?
No, they both work.
Okay, well, you put them up. You're paying for tires.
Well, they both work and they're going to school.
Wah.
So, you know.
Who's paying for their school? They got loans, right?
We did get a student loan for Trevor. She
Good.
has, Trevor was able to get one scholarship. She has 4 scholarships.
Wow.
So,
did that cover almost everything?
Almost. She has to pay about $800 tuition out of pocket.
Does she have the meal pass thing?
They both do.
What kind of lunches do they have up there on that meal pass?
Well, it's kind of interesting because, you know, they have the meal passes cover, obviously, the cafeteria type of things, but the other cool kind of thing is they have these robot kind of things where you order from, like, let's say, I don't know, Pizza Hut or something.
And that's covered on the meal pass?
Yeah, it is. And so basically you order it from your phone, and the drone robot dog
That's cool.
finds you.
What color is that drone?
I have no idea.
It was a nightmare.
I've never seen it.
Didn't work out well.
So I don't know what they do, but I mean they do Subway.
What do they usually put on their pizza?
I was 11 years old. And
seriously, stop fucking with me.
I'm not. Those guys in there are never like jalapenos or pineapples. I'm just wondering.
Oh, you mean the pizza's here today? I got them just regular pepperoni, and then I got pepperoni, ham, jalapenos, and...
Hey, can they eat all they want on that meal pass? Or is it one meal a day?
No, it's 4 meals a day, plus a snack.
Okay, 4 meals, but you can't have lunch 3 times.
And the snack is technically $10 to $15 depending on the day. If
10 seconds.
If you're going during the week, it's 10.
Where does the race go from here? It all starts at 2 here on 630 K-How.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome, my friends, to the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. Our goal in life is to make your life a little bit better. If you've been ripped off or taken advantage of, I'm going to give you the phone number right now. We've got lines open, 303 Martino. It's easy as that. That number works on and off the air, as you know. So when you call and we're not live like we are right now, the bottom line is you can leave a message or we'll help you and answer the phone. You can also email us at help, H-E-L-P, at troubleshooter.com. In studio with me today, Griffin Ash. He's with Action Automotive Services. They're out of Colorado Springs. Hey, Griffin, real quick, are you on the south side? What side? Where are you in Colorado Springs?
Hey, we're right off of Fillmore and I-25.
Okay, so Fillmore and I-25, you're kind of more towards downtown then, right?
Yeah, if you were heading south on 25, you'd head west on Fillmore, and then you hang a right on, I think it's the second, there's no light there. It's right after the first light, and it's called Fillmore Ridge Heights. You drive back there in the business park, and we're right back there on the right.
These guys do it all too, alternators, brakes, they can do your maintenance. You get the idea. Then we've got Rod Greer, JFRcars.com. Hey, Rod, what is the most sought after vehicle right now? If you get 10 phone calls, are people looking for Ford, Chevy, Toyota, or is it just a mix and match, man? Or is there a more popular vehicle?
It's a mix and match, but believe it or not, because a lot of the electric cars are being discounted the way they are, you can get into a electric car for under $300 a month.
Why are they getting discounted so heavily now? What's up with that? The market's just flooded. Do people buy them and figure out, or not figure out, but just say, hey, this isn't right for me. It's not what I thought it would be.
I think that's exactly what it is. It's not as convenient as they first thought, and the hype and everything about the electric world was so strong and the money was there. The government's incentivized it to the point where, you could get one for, $5,000-$10,000 off the market price through some of the state and federal programs. So
there's a ton of rebates on them.
Yeah,
a ton.
I can tell you another thing. I've just bought one, and I would not have bought.
Doc, you got the Hyundai, right?
Yeah, I would not have bought it if I didn't have the 220 outlet in my garage. So when I come home every night, I plug it in. If I had to go find a station and think about where I'm going to charge it up, that definitely would have persuaded me not to buy an electric car.
Right.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. That's a great statement. I've got the same thing. We have a charger in the house, and it works great. Honestly, I can charge my car up. I just plug it in when we get home, and it's always fully charged.
Exactly.
Hey, on that Hyundai you have, Doc,
yeah.
do they tell you to only charge it to 80% like they tell Tesla owners?
No.
Huh. I wonder why the difference would be. They always tell every Tesla that I know of, they tell the owners only charged 80%. All right, let's go to Brian. We do have lines open, 303-713-8255. Hey, Brian, what's going on with this landscaping? What I know so far is you hired a contractor. He didn't, or your mom did. He didn't pull any permits, and the wall is just horrible. Give me an idea of how bad it is, or are you just upset they didn't pull permits?
It's both. So he added an addition, essentially a 90-degree turn on the wall that's not supposed to be there, and that created, with the downspouts from the house, essentially a swimming pool in my mom's front yard that drains right into my neighbor's yard, into their basement.
So they're
their
getting
basement.
upset.
So I asked him. Well, luckily we did some stuff. I changed some things, and it's ugly, but I moved the downspout so it's not going into that area anymore. But I told him that you regraded the lawn. This has to get a permit, and he refused. Says it doesn't need one. I said, fine. If it doesn't need one, I want a letter from the city, from the county, saying this wall doesn't need a permit. And then we had kind of a little blowout conversation where I told him, I know you're not licensed or insured, because I called and talked to the city myself, and you're not allowed to work on this.
But listen. Hold on, man. Hold on. Your mother hired this guy, and I understand there were some problems with the drainage. You said those were taken care of. If he can't get a permit now and the work's done and the city doesn't care, and apparently they don't care, they're not coming out and tearing the wall down. I don't even get where you're going with this. Did he charge her for a permit?
Okay, you're missing quite a bit of it then. So the wall is
okay. Then go ahead.
At all. It's at the stage. It's at the stage where a permit should be, where they need to check the footing and the drainage. There is no drainage behind the wall. The footing is only an inch of gravel, so it's completely built wrong. So there is no way that this is going to pass a permit. Okay. So this wall, according to the city, because I talked to them, is going to fall over.
Okay, well, that's a problem. Do they acknowledge that, the landscaper?
It's a major problem. Yeah, so the landscaper essentially disappeared. The guy that was pouring the concrete for the patio said, hey, my company can probably do this, the guy I work for. So unbeknownst to me, my mom writes him a check, said, yeah, go ahead and start working. I talked to him, you need to pull a permit. You need to pull a permit. Where's the permit? It's the same problem we had before. He keeps saying, oh, it's on the way, it's on the way. So eventually I say, I want to talk to your boss. I want to know what's happening with this permit. So I get on the phone with a gentleman named Gabriel, who owns the company that the second gentleman says he's representing. Gabriel has no idea that this guy is working under his name. So he is an employee of him, but he was essentially moonlighting this job and trying to say he was working.
So where's it stand
Gabriel
now with the
agrees,
second company?
Comes over and says, so the second company said that they can't get the work done. The permit is pulled. We paid him $3,400 that he is saying that is going to labor for him trying to pull the permit to fix this wall. So he knew, I talked to him directly, and it's in writing, that I don't want you taking this job if you don't think you can do it. If you can't get a permit and it's not fixed, this wall has to come down. It has to be repaired. If you don't think you can do it, just walk away. I appreciate you trying to help. Your employee kind of screwed my mom too. Just walk away. He said, no, we think we can do it. So that is March 1st. Come April, nothing. Come May, nothing. I call, what's happening? Oh, the city is saying that your mom's house is a commercial unit. That's why we can't pull the permit. I call the city. City tells me that's not true. It's always been a residential. According to the other 6 permits we have on this building.
All right, Brian, this is
so
getting,
now,
just,
as of last night.
Brian, hold on, man. I mean, this is crazy. You hire, or your parents hire, or your mom hires one bad contractor that disappeared. Why did you pay this second guy $3,500 up front? What was that for?
So that was to repair the work from the first contractor and finish the job.
But you paid up front, and then this guy can't do it, right?
Yeah, so we paid $3,500 to the second guy, or technically the third guy, because he said he could do it, and now he's saying he can't, and he's trying to keep the $3,400.
Yeah, he's trying to keep it by justifying it, and this is the part I want the honest answer on. Is he truly justifying $3,500 for just trying to pull the permit that he never pulled?
Yes, and I have it on text message. He wrote that.
Well, okay, hold on. Do me a favor, Dragon. Put him on hold. I swear to God, I think I got to say over every time I talk to him. It's crazy. I don't know what's with your phone, man, but here's the deal. I'm going to tell you this right now. If they want to keep $3,500 just for pulling the permit that they never pulled, there's a big problem there. Kelly, get the guy's name on break right now. Get the guy's name, this landscaper, number 3, number 4. And by the way, Brian, quit paying people up front and tell your mom to do that. It's crazy. How many times can one person get screwed over by landscapers? This time of year, these landscapers are rogue. They're just going crazy on people. They're taking money and not doing anything, just like what's happening with this guy. Let's call up this landscaper he's talking about now, or the one before, or even the one before that, and figure out why no one can get this wall right. And then this last guy, I don't understand this $3,500 for nothing. I mean, and Brian, when I come back to you, here's what I want you to answer. Like, that's it? He literally did nothing else. He didn't tear anything down. He didn't do any other work. He's simply justifying $3,500 for his attempt to pull a permit. More after this.
Michael Brown.
No, he was just an idiot. That was not you at all. He just wanted to talk.
Are we done with him?
Get the contractor's information.
You know, there's 2 ways to buy shades these days. Well, actually, there's 3. You can waste your time and, go to the mall, I guess, and maybe Sears or Montgomery Ward's or whoever's left actually sells them. Or you can go to one of these internet companies where you make your own measurement, you do your own installation, you do all the work, and generally pay more than the third way I'm going to tell you. You ready for this? It is made in the shade. These guys come to your house. They will bring different samples, and it doesn't matter. Any kind of window covering you can imagine. Shutters, room darkeners, shades. You name it, they're going to sell it. It made in the
Okay, you're
shade.
breaking up.
They
I
do
can't
the
even
installation.
understand you.
They do the sales.
Hello?
They do the measurement. They make sure everything's
Hello?
perfect. And they're going to save you money from these internet companies you hear about where you've got to do all the work. Give them a call right now, 720-458-6566.
There you go. Hey, I'm back. All right.
720-458-6566 or denvershades.co. Now, let me tell you about
Okay,
Red
now
Rocks
you're
Roof and
breaking up
Solar.
again. Yes.
Here's what I like about Brooke. She knows how to find the money.
719-220-2020.
If you have a commercial building, for that matter, even some residential stuff, she can help you find grants. She can
Okay.
help you find tax
And
credits.
what is
She can
that
find
name
all the
of
money.
that person?
In some cases, on commercial buildings, listen to this, 100% paid for. She can find all the money to cover the entire system, and yes, you own it. You own it. You got to call for more information, 303-704-2449. It's the real deal. I've had her in studio numerous times. She knows solar inside and out. It's a great company, and they just know it all. That's the best way to put it. RedRocksRS.com,
Is her name a
RedRocksRS.com.
man or a woman? Okay, and is he? Okay, so that doesn't matter to me. So you only have Pierre and this number, and what exactly did he do?
How old are you? How old are your kids?
7 and 10.
Great ages.
It's awesome.
But that your wife has.
No, I don't care about that,
levels.
sir. I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
A lot of it is online. It's called Live
really?
Lesson. Yeah.
See?
And
Told you, Mark. He just likes to
Denver,
talk.
my 7-year-old, he just he's very bright. He just gets it. Eastwood takes a little bit more attention. But
Why is it coming in so loud?
Invest in your health and happiness with Fitness Valley. Visit one of our 7-store locations for free home gym layout and design today.
The best deal of the summer right now. 3 rooms, queen starting at $119 and take $75 off. Just 303-471-5119.
Is getting gas at Exxon burning a hole in your wallet? Get the Drop app. With Drop, you can earn free gift cards just by filling up your tank.
Hi, is this Pierre?
Drop66 to
Pierre?
receive $5 in points.
I can barely hear you, sir. Is this Pierre? Hi, Pierre. My name's Kelly. I'm calling from, I was actually referred to
Hey,
by
Shannon.
a client of yours.
Shannon, can you hear me?
His name is Brian.
Hold on, Doc.
And you did some work for his mother.
Oh, Dragon.
And
Hey, Dragon.
I work for a radio
My
show.
God, Doc, calm
Is there-
down.
because that's why they call him Redbeard.
Dragon, can you hear me?
Holy shit, the fucking people in Russia can hear you.
What?
He's asking you what?
Oh. Is there any way to turn down the feed during the commercials? It's so loud in here.
Yeah, it should be one of the
If you can do that, I'd appreciate it. And you can have an extra slice of pizza.
Oh, Lord.
If Griffin has left any for you.
Hey, Dragon.
He's off of the. He's got his. He's in here.
I feel for him. I feel for him.
You want to feel him? What?
No, I know.
That's not your headphones, though.
Yeah, it is. I plugged it in over there.
Oh, you're over there, yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise this one
gotcha.
doesn't have the offline one.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, thank you. Have a slice of pizza on me.
Oh, sure.
Poor Doc.
So after you're doing all your drugs and everything, did you become a born-again Christian? Or was you very religious before that?
Kelly, get him to come on. He can come on.
Okay.
I know Brian's
One of the
hard.
things I try to tell my kids is, and I tell other people is, I was raised where Christianity is, it's all these rules and it's real strict and it's not. And I try to show my kids, the exciting parts. Like, look, here's some supernatural stuff in here, guys.
What the hell time's this show?
Show 'em, I was talking to
What time is it?
Rod.
Oh, wait.
Right.
Yeah.
God.
About some of the hidden codes in the Bible.
You got
and
so many
it's
different
fascinating
clocks.
to me. So it was.
Yeah, let me switch.
What I told him was, a couple years ago, I was at church and this guy was teaching, and he was my age, good looking, very successful, and I thought, he knows the Bible the way I should know it. I said, Lord, if you're going to use me, prepare me to be used. And I just put it on my heart to really start learning and trying to know God's word. And it's just been really cool. It's like my hobby.
All right, 10 seconds here, guys.
Is
Hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
All right, 303-713-8255. Ripped off, taken advantage of. I'll let you know when a line's open. Kelly is talking to, I believe, Pierre, one of the landscapers. We'll revisit that in a minute or two. In the meantime, let's go to a car question. It is car day. Barbara, what's going on with this Ford Escape?
I received a notice. Let me read it really quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
On your vehicle, the front door check arm reinforcement welds can crack and may eventually pull away from the door structure. This may result in a rattling noise and significant increased door opening and closing efforts. It may also interfere with door glass operation and ability of the check arm to hold the door in the open position. So I called.
Hey, Barbara, does it say it's a safety recall? What else does, besides the issue, what does it say?
That's why are you receiving issue? Just says what the Ford dealer will do.
Okay. And what's your question about it? I mean, guys, it sounds like a safety recall, right?
Yeah, there was actually an open investigation on it that was closed back in January because there was actually a low risk of most of this stuff happening. So it's an internal thing by Ford where they're going ahead and making these repairs, putting in additional rivets, possibly going as far as replacing doors themselves.
Oh my goodness! That's why it's a safety recall, probably because of the crash zone.
There were supposedly a few incidents where while driving down the road, the door would open.
Oh my God! Can you imagine cruising down? You go on a corner and the door opens. Barbara, what's your question on it, though?
Okay, my question is because I had bought the car from Siltahar. The earliest that they can give me an appointment is December 4th.
Well, okay, first of all, you can go to any Ford dealer, so I want you to know that. So feel free to call around to any of them. You don't have to go to where you purchase a car for a safety recall or a warranty issue or anything. The second thing I would do.
Question here.
Well, hold on. I do want to bring this part back up that Jeff said. Jeff, I mean, the chances of that door opening seem pretty slim from what you said about it.
Yeah, according to everything that came up during the investigation, the incidents or the potential for the incident to occur was extremely low.
Yeah, so it doesn't sound like I don't think your door's going to open, Barbara. Go ahead.
Okay, just a minute. Can I ask you a question then?
Yep.
It says it may interfere with the door glass operation. What if the door glass on the driver's side is not working correctly? Does that mean that there is a problem with...
Oh, Barbara, are you saying right now you do have a problem with the glass?
Yes.
What is the problem?
If when it's rolled down, it won't automatically, you know how you can just touch them and they roll clear up. This won't. You have to keep touching it and it keeps going up. But once it hits the top and is completely closed, it automatically reverses and opens back up, clear up.
Hey, Jeff, that's interesting that she just said that. Does that sound like it could be an issue due to this recall to you?
I don't see anything where they describe anything like that, but I mean, this is kind of more up Griffin's alley here.
Yeah, hey, it's most likely just it needs to be recalibrated or run through the reset procedure. And most of the time, you do not need to go to the dealer to do that. If you have somebody that's that can get on YouTube. They'll show you how to do it. It's
well,
pretty simple.
she's not going to do that. But Griffin, let me ask you this. This is more of the question. That safety recall Jeff was talking about says it could cause issues with the window. Is it possible that is what's causing this issue? Because to me, that sounds like it's that track or the actuator, like you said, needs to be reset when it's down, when it's up. I don't know if that recall could cause that problem. What do you think about that?
Yeah, from what I'm seeing on here, I don't believe it's going to be directly related. I could be wrong, but I don't believe it's going to be directly related to the problem with the
Barbara.
with the
When
recall.
did that start?
With the window?
Yeah.
Maybe 2, maybe 3 weeks ago.
Man, that is weird. I'd hate for her to go pay a shop to
Now,
fix
it's
that.
Now, wait, hold on a second. The appointment to have the doors checked is December 4th.
Yeah.
They did tell me that I could bring the car by any time, and they would come out and look at the glass.
And tell you what? I mean, what are they going to look at? It's evident it's not working. I mean, what's their point on looking at it?
I don't know. They just said, bring it in, and they'll check. Bring it in, and they'll check the glass operation.
Yeah, it sounds like they don't think the two are actually related. They can only address the recalls as they get them through. She's got a secondary complaint, and they're willing to look at it for her.
Yeah, so what I would do is I would go there and make sure and just say, hey, I've got an appointment in December for this other recall issue, but is it possible these things are connected? And if they say, no, they're not connected, well, then I sure wouldn't have the dealer fix it. I'd bring it to Sheridan Auto Tech, or if you're down in Colorado Springs, our new guys down there. And Kelly, put up Griffin's name, not Griffin's name, but put up the shop's name. I don't see it there. But I'd bring it down there. I mean, I wouldn't have the dealership fix it. That could cost a fortune.
Okay. Well, that's true. Okay,
And then call another dealership for the life of me. I wouldn't wait till December. That sounds like a real pain in the ass if it is. Has something to do with that. And just the fact that I realize it's probably 1 in a million, but that door opening while you're driving, that would be insane. So call around to other Ford dealers, Auto Nation, whoever's got one, and see if you can get a quicker time.
Okay, I will do that, Mark. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you for holding. And, Jeff, thanks for looking that up. 303-713-8255. Hey, Kelly, Pierre is on hold.
Correct.
He's
yes.
with...
Landscaping
So help me out here.
Matters
Hold on. Let me
Brian.
recap real quick. Brian
Yes.
called up. His mom has hired numerous contractors to basically build a wall. And Pierre is the latest one, if I have this right. And Brian is saying his mom paid $3,500 to him, and he hasn't done any work. The only thing he has done is attempt to pull a permit. Hey, Pierre, what's going on? What's your side of this story?
First, I'm not sure which job you're talking about.
Well, that'll be simple. Bring Brian up. Hey, Brian, give us, I don't know, something to where Josh or Pierre will know what job this is.
So the $3,500 was the latest one. Pierre was the first one, the $7,500 job. Pierre, this is the $15,000 retaining wall that I told you needed to pull a permit on, and you couldn't do it. And the city talked to them. They said your plan required a permit, and you pretty much said, oh, they're not doing it, and you disappeared.
Yeah, okay. Let's let Pierre talk real quick, though. Pierre, basically, so Brian's parents hired you, I guess, a $15,000 retaining wall. I assume you know who he is now. He said that when you were done, not only did you not pull a permit that apparently was supposed to be pulled, but that's according to Brian, but when you were done, it ended up flooding the front yard that was always saturated, and then their neighbors actually had issue because you changed the course of the water flow, and then you wouldn't do anything to fix it. You wouldn't pull a permit. What say you?
First of all, if it's a house, is this the one on Saddleback?
Is that right?
I'd rather not talk to my mom right now. Can we not use addresses?
Well, he didn't. He just said, well, okay, then how are we supposed to know? I mean...
Yeah. You're talking about the house on Saddleback, right?
Yes.
There you go.
Okay. That house there where it poured the concrete up top, and there's no wall there. So when we got it all poured, they come back saying I need to go get a permit for a wall. The wall is 4 foot tall, and it just goes around the concrete up top on the concrete patio. So I went and talked to the city. They says as long as it's 4 foot tall, there's no permit required. So his mother told me, get off the property, don't come back till I got a permit. I told her, well, I'm not going to go get a permit because it's not required. So I left. And if she wants a permit, there's one not required because the wall is only 4 foot.
Brian, what do you say about that? I mean, what does the city say? If it's under 4 feet, you don't need a permit.
It's not under 4 feet. His plan is to put a bunch of dirt up against the base of the wall to make it look like it was only 4 feet tall.
No.
Right?
You go beside your house,
Your plan.
her house, I mean, and you put the dirt where it's
I'm
supposed to
6
be.
foot 4.
And I never
Put Brian on hold.
And I never changed any level of the ground. So, no, the water did not flood anybody, anything like that, because it's still exactly the same way it was before I walked in there.
So, Pierre, you're
Since your mother
basically
told
saying
me-
you're
since your
saying
mother
you did
told me to
everything
leave,
right.
I did everything right. Everything is correct. And she still owes me $8,400.
Wow. Hey, Kelly,
And
can
I'm
you
not-
try to get Bob from LEM on? Can you do that for me, Kelly? Oh, she's answering a call right now. Put both of them on hold. Pierre, well, actually, Pierre, let me ask you something. If I send out one of our experts to look at it,
okay,
you don't think there's going to be any issues?
Absolutely not. If they let,
Okay.
because I told her, let me fix it the way it's supposed to be fixed.
Why do
and
you
she'll
think?
Be happy with,
Why do you
What's that?
think Brian, and I don't think it's his mom, I think he got involved, is so, why he wants a permit?
Well, they went out there and measured it right up next to the house. It's thinking they measured it was a little bit like 5 foot,
Yeah.
so it's a little bit higher. But if
Yeah.
you put the dirt in there like you should and supposed to, it'll be exactly 4 foot, and that is exactly what I am supposed to do there.
No, what I'm
Now, they
asking
went
you,
out and-
though, Pierre, here's what I'm asking you. You're saying you did a good job. I don't understand why he cares if you have a permit or not. I mean, if it's 5 feet compared to 4, I still don't understand why he cares. If the patio looks good and the wall looks good, I don't understand. Why do you think he's nitpicking on this now?
Oh, they're doing that because they don't want to pay me. They owe me $8,400.
Okay.
And that's the reason. And,
I got you.
They asked me to leave the property, so I left and never went back yet because I was going to give them some time to figure out what they want to do. I can
Okay.
go back there and finish it right and all things, no big deal. But I'm not going to go back there and get on her property or anything after they asked me to leave.
I appreciate everything you just said, and here's I appreciate you coming on as well, Pierre. And he's with Landscaping Matters. I assume you're the owner.
Yeah.
Okay. Make sure we have his information, Kelly, and I do think you do. Pierre, thank you for coming on. What we're going to do is I'm going to send somebody out and look at the work. What I don't get from Brian, and I'm going to talk to him after this break, I don't understand why he cares about this permit if the wall is good and our guy says it's good and the patio's good. But I'll talk to you after this, Brian. Everybody hold tight. Martha, Joe, you guys are next. 303 Martino.
And what is
CDK. So there's 3 large software companies that basically all the dealers use.
Okay. Like ADP?
No.
Okay.
It's for their car writing, it's for their finance departments.
Right. I do ADP is one of them. That's what I said.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, so CDK and Dealer Tech. And I don't remember what's the other one, Rod.
What's that?
They're the software company. You have Dealer Tech, CDK, and who's the other one?
Are they parts?
Well, it also has to do with parts. This is the one that just got hacked.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear anything you said. So you threw out some letters. I didn't get it.
Yeah.
The software. Yeah.
Yeah, CDK is the one that got hacked. And you have Dealer Tech, and then
Dealer Cloud.
Dealer Cloud.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Dealer Cloud.
So CDK got hacked.
Okay.
And that's affected over 55,000 dealerships.
I get it now.
Yeah, 55,000 dealerships across the nation. They can't run their financing. They're actually doing all this stuff handwritten. They can't look up parts numbers and prices and so on and so forth.
You know, Lazy Days RVs has payments as low. Listen to this: a 2023 Lance travel trailer, and this thing is gorgeous. I mean, it looks like you could fit a family of 5 in there. $300 a month. It's crazy. If you're looking for a pop-up, maybe you're looking for a Class A diesel or a gas pusher. How about a Class B, Class C, a fifth wheel, a toy hauler, a travel trailer, a pop-up? If it moves and you can camp in it and sleep in it, the guys at Lazy Days have it. They have great financing available. They have used stuff. They'll take a trade-in. You got to check these guys out. You go to lazydays.com. That's lazydays.com. But I want to emphasize something. You're going to love the experience. It's not this high-pressure, we're going to sell them this and that. You're going to get a good, honest price, and they're going to be straightforward with you, and they're going to put you into a unit that's right for you and your budget. Check them out, lazydays.com. Keelan Park. These are estate planners that give you a peace of mind. There is a lot to planning an estate, and one of the things that we don't talk about a lot that these guys do, and they're very, very good at it, is help you selling a business or passing a business down to your offspring or to anybody. If you have a business and you're looking at getting into retirement and you want to figure out how to sell that business and get paid for it, or how to pass it along. These guys specialize in it. Free consultation all the time. They can do it by Zoom. They can do it over the phone. They can do it in person. They can do anything. Now, they also do simple wills, complex wills, trusts. They can do anything that's got to do with your estate. But if you're looking to sell a business or get out of a business, I really want to give you this phone number and give them a call. Ready? 970-818. 8198 970-818-8198 or Law KP as in Keelan Park, lawkp.com.
Free ice cream, right?
I'll take 2.
He'll take 2 tapioca puddings and a Biden ballot card.
Did you guys get your pizza yet?
Yeah, we're all done with it now. We left a piece. We left a piece on the counter for you, man. It'll be here when you get back.
So did Rod order like a taco pizza?
No, we didn't let Rod order.
Okay.
We're trying to keep him away from telephones and sharp objects.
Did he get a ham and cheese pizza this time?
There was ham on one, yeah. That was the one with the jalapenos.
And, oh, that sounds good. No pineapple though.
No. Your fruit and fish don't belong on a pizza, man.
No. Well, fish I agree, but pineapple's delicious, man.
Oh no, man! And all it takes is for the pizza to look at the pineapple, and you can taste that shit.
How about orange slices?
No.
Little lemon?
No, little pledge maybe.
Let's see, number 1 fruit on pizza. What do you think it is?
Pineapple. Number 1 what? Pineapple. It's pepperoni.
Fruit.
No, fruit. Actually, in my book, I guess that is a fruit.
Tomatoes?
I was guessing tomatoes, but let's see.
Pineapple.
Let's see. Yeah, pineapple. It is. It's pineapple.
I don't think there's anything else, is there?
And I think that obviously the
fruit.
Here's one that says bananas.
No,
I've never seen a banana pizza.
Cream cheese, real pizza.
This is wrong.
That doesn't sound.
Hey, Mark, when are you guys coming back? By the way.
Never.
I don't know if we are, Doc.
Well, you got to come back and pick up the dogs.
And grab that slice of pizza.
Hey, Mark?
No, we have the dogs right here.
Oh, okay.
Mark?
Yeah, Kelly.
I have Bob from LEM on line 8, and Pierre still wants to talk.
Sure.
Okay, just letting you know. He's
Hey,
still
good
on.
job getting him on. Hey, Kelly.
I'd like to talk to Brian again. I don't think he's explained the story well enough.
Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
Good job getting him on.
Yeah, thanks.
Would you ask Pierre what color shoes he has?
No, shut up.
Why don't you ask him where he got his shoes, Mark?
Thanks so much for calling the Tom Martino Show. How can I help you?
Hey, where's the new guy? Can new guy hear me?
No, he cannot.
Oh, yeah,
Tell him to hear me.
got
Hold
it.
on, I'll just
Griffin.
That our phone system absolutely sucks balls sometimes. Okay.
Griffin.
Yeah, what's
Let
up?
me put you on hold.
Hey, listen,
and
man.
Mark will be with you as
You
soon as
probably
possible.
don't know
Okay,
this
hold
about
on.
me, but I have a talent that no one else has. I realize there's a camera there, so I can see you, and I did see your shoes. But
Okay.
here's the part that's amazing. I can tell you where you got your shoes, and I'll bet you lunch I'm correct.
Okay.
You can't lie. No, you promise not to lie?
I'll tell you the truth, man.
Okay, are we betting lunch like a nice lunch, right? Not a cheap lunch.
Well, not a big salad. Like,
no, not a big salad, but a good
okay.
lunch, right?
Yeah, Costanza got the big salad.
20
You
seconds.
got it.
Yeah.
All right, is it a bet?
Yeah, it's a bet.
You got them on your feet.
You're very clever, Mark.
Thank you.
Very clever.
10 seconds.
All right. Thanks, Mark.
.com. 630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
303-713-8255. I just got our new guy, Griffin. Griffin Ash with Action Automotive in Colorado Springs. He owes me lunch. I mean, generally, I don't take people up on it because I win so many lunches. Martino owes me 97 lunches at this point. But I got him with this. I told him I knew where he got his shoes. And for people out there, if you've ever been to New Orleans, you will get asked if you're walking around that question. Someone will come up to you and say, hey, I can tell you where you got your shoes. And you look down and you look at him and go, there's no way this guy knows I got him at Kohl's, or I got him at Amazon, or I got him at Sears, or I got him at Nike. There's no way he knows. So you put up the $10, and then they look at you and go, you got him on your feet.
Hey,
And
Mark,
then-
but you got to tell the audience who's the only one that pays up their bets immediately when they
You
lose.
do, Doc. You do, Doc.
Absolutely. In cash immediately, right?
It was funny how you forgot that entire layout of that casino.
I know,
though.
well-
For a place that you were all the time, I do agree. All right, listen, 303-713-8255. Pierre wants to come back and say something else. But real quick, I've got Bob with LEM Landscaping. Bring him up. Hey, Bob, I've got two questions for you. I'm hoping you'll go out and look at something for us, maybe over the weekend, then we'll follow up on it. But Brian's parents hired a guy to do a patio and a retaining wall or a wall around the patio, from what I can picture. And I guess the city says it needs to have a permit only if it's over 4 feet tall. So
what city do you live in?
I don't know what city, but hold on. Because really I don't even care about the permit. What I care about is this. I care about whether the job was done right, because Pierre's on. He is the landscaping guy that built the wall. Brian is calling on behalf of his parents. The landscaper is saying, hey, the only reason they're doing this is because they don't want to pay the rest of their bill. They still owe me around $8,000, and all of a sudden they told me to get off the property and don't come back without a permit, but there's no permit needed for this. So he's saying the wall's good, everything's good. Guys are basically saying, we're not going to pay you the rest of the money unless you have a permit. He's going, there's no permit needed. If you put the dirt around, which should be done anyhow, around the bottom of the wall, you're only going to have a 4 feet wall. It's not going to matter. So would you mind looking at the job for us?
Well, the homeowner let me on the property?
Yeah, of course he will. Brian will let you on.
Oh, okay. Where's it at?
Hey, yeah, actually, I don't want to say. Well, let's see. Brian, what town is it in? Is it in Denver? Whereabouts are your parents? Just Lakewood, Denver, where?
It's in Colorado Springs.
Oh, in Colorado Springs.
Brian, can you get me some pictures of it?
Yeah, I would love to give you pictures of this. The city
Let's do
saw
that.
Pictures of this, and they 100% disagree.
Yeah, that's fine. I get where you're coming from, Brian. But let's get Brian back on hold. So let's do that. Let's get Pierre on real quick. Pierre, you wanted to say something else. Go ahead.
Yeah, what happened was she talked to the workers. They asked her, she asked the workers, what's the best way to build a wall? So both workers said, oh, well, let's do it with concrete and put concrete in it. And it sounded really good. So she bought their story. And I'm sitting there listening to this. And I said, no, that's not how you build a wall in the first place. You don't use concrete. And that's what started it all. And after that, she said I wasn't educated and I was doing it wrong, that I should listen to them and do it their way.
What did you build the wall out of?
It's out of block.
Okay.
And it really was not a wall. It was a little wall thing in front to hold the concrete up for her patio. But it happened to be 4 foot next to the side of the house.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
Okay.
So Bob, we're going to get you pictures, and let's follow up next hour on this if you get the pictures. Is that cool?
And the worker did say, I don't know what happened between her and the worker. She hired my worker to go there and finish the job. So I heard it. He went over there and did a bunch of work for him and all that. So I don't know what's happened over there. And you mentioned something about $3,500 on the second job. I never heard nothing about that because she paid him. She did a deal with him under my back.
I get it. Let's get Pierre on hold. Let's get pictures and figure out if what Pierre did, I don't care about the other stuff, but what Pierre did is okay or not. We'll get Bob to look at those pictures. So, Kelly, tell him where to send the pictures. The other thing I'll do is...
Brian's going to call Bob.
Okay.
And I gave him his information, and we have Pierre's information, which is great.
Great.
So
listen, I want pictures, though, to put up on YouTube when we get them.
Okay, no problem.
All right, thank you, Kelly. 303-713-8255. Man, we've got a ton going on. We're going to have one line open. Here's a problem with Sears. Oh, my God, I thought they were gone. Brian, we're going to free that line up. We've got an issue with the radio. That'll be next. And then Josh has a comment on electric cars. Everybody hold tight. One line open. 303 Martino.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Major delays continue out west into the high country. I-70 eastbound is closed before the Veterans Memorial Tunnel due to a serious semi-fire before the summit of Floyd Hill. Crews keeping folks out of the tunnel. We're seeing stop traffic back from Idaho Springs. Not much in the way of detours, folks. If you're stuck in traffic, you may be stuck there for a while. Into the Denver Metro, it's your usual busy drive on I-25 northbound through downtown, seeing speeds in the 30s and 40s between Broadway and Colfax. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, scattered thunderstorms later today, a high of 93 this afternoon, overnight low of 57. The current temperature in Denver is 89 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. If you're like many people, you may think custom blinds is a job for expensive professionals. Well, at Blindster, if you have a tape measure and a screwdriver, you can install our custom blinds and save big. Plus, we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
Let me tell you about AMREST. That stands for American Restoration. These are the guys you call if you have a flood or a broken pipe or find asbestos during a project at your house or maybe a fire like the Boulder fires. They can go in and clean up and get rid of all the smoke damage. These guys can do what other companies promise to do but never deliver. There is so many rip-offs in the restoration business. Don't call some carpet cleaner that thinks he's the guy. You call American Restoration. You call Rockin' the guys down there, and they can get rid of all the problem, child. Simple as that. Put this phone number in your phone. We've been talking about them for years upon years. 833-7-AM-REST. 833-7-AM-REST, or check them out at amrest247.com. Now, let me tell you about and I mean it, theartofgranite.com. You want beautiful, beautiful new countertops. Maybe you want marble. Maybe you want granite. Maybe you want whatever it is, synthetic, man-made. You name it, these guys have it. Natural stone, synthetics. But what I love about Mitch and the guys is how beautiful the job is when it's done. They've done multiple rooms in our house. Our kitchen looks brand new. Our laundry room looks brand new. They did a bathroom upstairs, and this month they're actually doing our master bedroom. And I cannot wait to see it when it's done. We're actually going to do some granite around the tub and then new sinks. These guys do it all. By the way, something Mitch does that nobody else that I know of when it comes to contractors do. He'll give you, listen to this, he will give you a bid right over the phone. You can call him up. You might have to send him a picture of your current kitchen or bathroom, but he'll give you a bid over the phone. You're going to be shocked at his prices. They're great prices, and I mean shocked in a good way. So you get all that service. You get whatever you want as far as countertops and sinks and cabinets, and you get a great price. TheArtOfGranite.com. Prices right over the phone. TheArtOfGranite.com. All right. Griffin.
Hang tight. I'm giving him my headset again.
Hello.
Favorite Seinfeld episode? What is it?
I'd probably have to go with. Gosh, give me a second. Oh, the one that comes to mind all the time is the red shirt episode, where
the red dot.
Yeah, where he's like Jerry's like red shirt, because he wants to tell that girl off that that didn't get back to him on that date. That's one of my favorite ones.
Wait, I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Say that again.
Yeah, so George went on a date. The girl didn't call him back. Elaine is throwing a baby shower for her friend from college or something.
Gosh. That's an old one, yeah.
Yeah, and he's, red shirt, and
he's wearing the red shirt
so
under
he
the
can
sweater.
Tell her off. Yeah, that's.
Oh, you thought he meant the one where he got a secondhand sweater with with a red
dot. Yeah, he's sleeping with the maid.
Right.
The other thing that happened in the episode you just invoked was Jerry hired the cable guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yep.
the Russian cable guy that was going to hook him up for $50.
Yeah,
right.
From Kramer.
Yep, it's yeah.
I think
I love that.
Mark's favorite episode is the one about shrinkage because he's very familiar with that.
I was in the pool.
That was a good episode, man.
That's a good one.
It's Pie Country. Or I've always loved Bubble Boy. Bubble Boy is a hell of a good episode.
Yeah.
I'm out there slinging yoo-hoo.
What? Hey, what about the one when George's dad Frank is talking about the how he was a cook and he's freaking out when
PTSD.
From poisoning those soldiers.
Yeah, but he grabs a piece of meat that's like expired by weeks.
Yeah,
and then starts hammering it with some salt.
Yeah, he's that's good stuff. I like that. Hey, I saw.
The classic has got to be the Soup Nazi.
Oh,
it's
Soup
Nazi,
Nazi's
classic
great.
episodes.
Yeah,
I got that shirt.
Yeah, it's I think I saw a while back that on Facebook that Suzanne had got the Seinfeld Legos kit. And
for me.
Yes, so I pre-ordered that because I collect action figures and stuff like that.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and so of course I've left it in the box with the receipt so in case it goes up in value one day. So
it is nice, man. We put it together. It's really a nice set.
Yeah, I want to get I want to get that Back to the Future DeLorean.
It took me probably oh my God, it probably took me 5-6 hours to put that together.
Suzanne's saying something different in the background.
It was very meticulous, too. I wouldn't let one thing go. Microphone in the right hand, not the left.
Hey, Mark, you might remember this. I'm so old that I actually put together a Heathkit amplifier and receiver back in the day. You remember those?
10 seconds, guys.
Mark, I like the...
To the White House.
Make your eyes want to bleed.
Seeing how Biden is. Knockout blow to the head of Biden.
Your voice, your vote. 630 KHOW.
All right, 303-713-8255. 303 Martino, you've been ripped off, taken advantage of. You pretty much name it. Hey, Denver Regen, I want to tell you about these guys real quick. You want some Megatide, or actually they've got all the new weight loss drugs, but their pricing is what sets them apart. I'll be honest about it. A lot of people charge anywhere from $1,000 to over $2,000 a month for these weight loss drugs, and they do work. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And these guys do it for $250 a month. That's the visit. That's the prescription, the medication. That's the whole thing. $250 a month. You can sit back and watch that weight just go off. The other thing they do that's pretty cool is stem cell treatment. These guys are great. DenverRegen.com, but that semaglutide, I think I'm saying that right, but you get the idea. Those the weight loss drugs, $250 a month. It's crazy. So if you've been putting it off, give them a call. There's no hidden money or anything in it, but DenverRegen.com. Now, when we come back, I've got one line open, 303 Martino. Joe, you're going to be next, and then an issue with Sears. I'm hoping, Martha, this is going to be an update and not a new problem. And then I'm going to tell you about the worst Dodge dealership, in my opinion, in the state of Colorado.
I didn't think presidents were allowed to drive a car.
So, Griffin, part of the reason I'm so interested in your background is because I'm a devout atheist.
Yeah, I know.
Put those two together.
Yeah.
So I'm always curious as to people's paths to become religious. So it's not a pejorative question.
No, I get it.
It's just out of total curiosity.
Yeah, I'd love to talk to you about it. So, I know you're atheist. I've picked it up on the show before. So I appreciate you being willing to talk, to have a conversation, you know.
Like I say, it's always educational for me to see at what point I went this way, you went that way. Or I should say,
Ooh, I'm desperate to know what happened.
Who believe.
Yeah, so I I grew up in a Christian household, but then I went off and did whatever I wanted to do. It's interesting because there's that verse that says if you raise a child up in the ways of the Lord, they won't depart from it. And so what's interesting is that
see, you don't suffer people either. This is great. You're turning into me.
You're
turning into Shannon and I. That's fantastic.
Like a Christian lifestyle, it always. It would start to nag at me in the back of my mind, be like, nah, this isn't right. Like I was dating this one girl that was into some Wiccan thing, and at first it was it's fine. Then the newness wears off, and it was just kind of nagging at me in the back of my mind. And so when as I discovered this, you may want to check this out. It's pretty neat. I can send you the link. I think I got your number. It was called Through the Bible in 24 Hours, and that's what the guy that I saw teaching had sent me. Because I said, "Who do you learn from?" And he sent that to me. I started listening to it, and it made the Bible way cooler as it showed it's not a bunch of rules and laws and just how it seems to address supernatural stuff to and seeing some of these codes in the Bible with you can't fake that. So yeah, you may want to check it out. It's easy to listen to. The guy was the guy that it's neat. I don't have like a seminary background. I look at everything the same way I look at a car, where I'm like, okay, this is doing this. What causes that? Why would it do that? And this guy Chuck Missler, that's Missler. He was in information sciences as like a DoD contractor and stuff. And so he looked at it as more of a scientific way, not just this old Hebrew book says this. So there's a couple of neat things I can show you just off the top of my head that you may think, well, that's interesting. And I don't expect to change your mind or anything, but you may think it's kind of cool.
What I think is interesting is, are you a fundamentalist or more of a modern Christian? Do you believe in the Bible per se as the Word of God, or do you believe, as modern Christians do,
that allegorize it, or
that not everything is not the Word of God? It's more of a story.
Right.
So hey, Dragon,
I would say
this update you're going to hear is just mind blowing.
It's God's word.
Okay.
I don't even want to say it now, but I had everybody muted because I was talking to the guy. It's so hard to believe.
Jesus is going to come back.
I'm excited.
It's unbelievable.
1,000-year reign. That just means he's going to reign in our hearts. I'd say, well, I don't think so, because the Bible gives the dimensions of what the temple is going to be. Why would it give dimensions if it's just going to be in your heart? So yeah, I take it seriously. I would call myself a modern Christian.
I mean, do you believe in evolution?
No.
Do you believe that?
Oh, Doc's in there talking about his atheism,
I go
isn't he?
about that time. Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you a question about that. There's
when is it?
volumes of
1:15.
scientific evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
By astronomers, by geologists, by scientists,
And I'm
that
done
can
with
prove that the Earth is several billion years old.
Okay.
How do you?
No laughing for
how
you.
do you reconcile that with your belief that it's only 6,000 years old when there's so much evidence that counteracts that?
So I'm not great at apologetics for Christianity, but I would start with.
But you believe that it's 6,000 years old.
Yeah, I believe by the biblical account of when it says, "Hey, the Adam and Eve were in the garden," and that's one of the boring parts of the Bible. It says he lived to be this long and he lived to be this old, and when you add that up, you get to about 6,000 years. Is when you see the scientific evidence of saying that it's billions of years old. Are you referring to, they say, well, this is carbon dated at this, and
No,
that's a man-made formula that they use to do that. So I guess I'd want to see exactly an example that you're talking about, and then I'm not as well versed or studied up on defending that the age thing that you're talking about. So I would just go by, this is what the Bible says, and that's what I believe.
Okay.
So,
I think you're talking about man, though. He's talking about the earth.
No, he's talking about both.
Well, it's both.
Okay.
Because if the Earth is, you could if Griff wants to say to me, look, okay, the Earth is 5 billion years old, but Adam and Eve weren't placed here until 6,000 years. That's a different story than saying that they were
created inside the 6 days.
At the same time, he created the Earth, which is a different proposition.
It isn't, but to confirm what he says, the earth was created way before man was on
a few days before, as because God created the
earth and the heavens
in 6 days.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if I'm gonna butcher this some, so just bear with me. I'd be happy to send you the link where I got this, but it was when it took Einstein's theory of relativity and applied it to the furthest, and like I said, I'm going to mess this up some, like the furthest outreaches that they can find in space, it turned out to be like, it was divisible by 6, where it would be, so that it was 6 days in the creation. Now, like I said, I'm going to screw that up, so I'll try to send you the link on that, so you can see where I'm coming from.
What's done that was with the Hubble telescope, now with the JWST, which is now expanded the size of the universe to over 13. That there are
10 seconds.
Right at 4. What are we going to talk about? Oh, yeah, the most important debate in modern American history. Who won, the highlights, the lowlights, what it means for America going forward. Join me at 4.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. You've been ripped off, maybe taken advantage of. Maybe you're trying to recoup some money from a bad contractor. This is what the show's about. You can call us right now at 303-MARTINO. We have one line open. That's 303-MARTINO. You can also email us at help@troubleshooter.com. I'm going to take a second and talk about a Dodge dealer. And this is the craziest story. You can't believe it. You just can't believe how corrupt they are. Or it is possible they just suck. I want you to be the judge. And it's really nuts. In fact, Jeff Vick with Kimmer Transmission is in studio. Jeff, I want you to chime in on something with this because of the relationship of what you do as well. And let me tell the story really quick. So, this Dodge dealer in Castle Rock, in fact, the name of it, I believe I spoke with Joe Medina. I think he's one of the managing partners. But it's Castle Rock, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Castle Rock, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. That's who we're talking about. This guy Ryan called in a couple weeks ago, and I talked to him at length, and I couldn't believe what he was telling me. He said he was driving down the road, and all of a sudden, his engine started knocking, and it was horrible. He brings it over to the Dodge dealer. By the way, it's almost a $100,000 vehicle. It's a 2023, still under manufacturer's warranty, Dodge Ram 3500 diesel. He brings it over there because it's under warranty. And the next thing he hears back from these characters, and I say that term even loosely, at Castle Rock Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, is that it's not going to be covered under warranty because he neglected and abused his engine. Or something happened because there's only 3 quarts of oil in it. Now, first of all, I would assume this vehicle takes possibly 8 to 12 quarts. He had an oil change done at Big O Tires about 8 months before and about 9,000 miles before. And they're saying if you really did have an oil change, this is an assumption of what they're telling him, but if you really did have an oil change, Big O screwed up and only put 3 quarts of oil in it. But regardless, it's not our problem. It's not under warranty. And you know what this Castle Rock Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram did? They flagged it in the system, so no dealership in the country will do any engine warranty to it. Generally, it would be flagged by someone at Chrysler, to the best of my knowledge. I happen to know someone entrenched over there, and sure enough, this dealership, this Castle Rock Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealership, they flagged it in the system, no more warranty, and it was under warranty. So they're basically blaming this guy. Now, they tell him he needs an engine, and it's going to be $41,000. You go, 41 grand. Well, remember, it's a brand new truck, and it's a diesel. I don't even know what that engine would cost, nor do I care. But they're not going to cover it under warranty because there's only 3 quarts of oil in it, and it's customer abuse. Does everybody, my automotive guys sitting there, does everybody follow this story so far?
100%.
Now, I get involved, and I called over, and I talked to someone at Dodge, someone that I know, and he verified everything I just said, that it was flagged and there's no warranty left on this vehicle, according to what the computer said at that exact moment. Then I talked to this guy, Ryan, he's the caller, and we got a game plan together. Then I ended up talking to, I believe, once again, I'm sorry, I talked to the GM down there. I don't know if he was Joe Medina. Honestly, I forget who I talked to down there, but he was either the sales manager or the general partner or the manager down there. And he said, Mark, I'm going to go back and we're going to check it, and we're going to make sure that everything's done right, and I'm going to try to fight for this guy to have Dodge do something for him. And I kind of took him at his word. I mean, I don't know the guy from anybody else. Next thing I hear back from Ryan is, nope, they're not going to do anything. I said, Ryan, I need something in writing why they're not going to do it. They have got to give you something in writing why they voided the warranty on this vehicle and the entire Dodge system. And get it out of there, get it somewhere else. So then Ryan ends up, this is where this thing gets so unbelievable. Ryan ends up getting the caller, one of the Dodge reps, to actually call him back, and the Dodge rep says, you know what, we're going to pay a little money to prove to you that there was only 3 quarts oil. We're going to go ahead and pay a little bit out of our own pockets to tear it down, and then we'll figure out exactly where the oil went. Because remember, there's only 3 quarts of oil in it, even though that oil change was 8 months ago. In other words, they're claiming that he drove on 3 quarts of oil and ruined the engine 9,000 miles ago and 8 or 9 months ago. Hey, Jeff, can you tell us what a flex plate is?
Yeah, if it was a standard transmission using a clutch, it would be called a flywheel. So the flex plate sits in between the engine and transmission. The torque converter bolts up to it. The reason they call it a flex plate is because as the torque converter heats up, it does swell, so it has to actually be able to move in order to accommodate that.
Okay, now, if a flex plate happened to break in a 2023 Dodge Ram 3500, could it sound like an engine knocking?
Most definitely.
Guess what? That's all it was, and it's 100% covered under warranty. These guys at Castle Rock Dodge, whatever the hell it's called, did one of 2 things, and I'm not sure which one. One, they simply didn't even look at the vehicle, but yet they said there was only 3 quarts of oil in it. So were they trying to sell a $41,000 engine, or are they just inept? They're so stupid they can't read a dipstick? Is that possible? They're so stupid they tell the guy there's only 3 quarts, but it is full of oil? Listen to what I just said. It's full of oil. It ended up going to Arapahoe because the Dodge guy, not the guy in Castle Rock, not the dealership guy, but the guy from Chrysler, whoever the hell owns Dodge now, brought it over to Arapahoe to have it looked at a different dealership. They said there's plenty of oil in it. There's exactly the amount of oil it's supposed to be. It's not due for an oil change. The flex plate broke. So what do you guys think happened? And I'm being honest about this. Think of how egregious this is. Are they stupid? And if they are stupid, are they lying? Did they simply say there's 3 quarts when it's full? What do you make of it, Jeff? I want your opinion first. Do you think they're outright crooks? And I don't mean for you. I don't mean to bring you into this, but you're a transmission guy. I mean, something comes in. How hard is it to check the level of oil? I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, by all appearances, something shady there. I mean, when everybody's working on commission, $41,000 makes a pretty good paycheck.
I cannot believe this. Rod Greer, what are your thoughts?
It doesn't sound right to me either. I don't understand why they did it, but if the oil is full, the oil is full. So I don't.
They told him there was only 3 quarts. I remember this call. I personally got involved in this and went back and forth with Ryan numerous times over the last week. When I finally found out what happened from Arapahoe Dodge or whatever they're called down there, I couldn't believe it. A broken flex plate? I don't even think they brought this thing in the shop. I think they went out, they turned it on, they heard that knocking, thought it was the engine when it had nothing to do with the engine, and then decided to tell them it's low on oil, it only had 3 quarts, that's 41,000. Then the bastards, excuse my language, actually blocked them in the Dodge. Listen, they actually blocked him to where if he brought it to another dealership, they wouldn't even look at it. They literally blocked him in the warranty system. In my opinion, and this is my opinion, but you're hearing what happened, and we're going to have the consumer on Monday, and we're going to talk about this with him. And I'm pretty sure he feels the exact way I do. I don't know how this happens by mistake. I can't think of one way this happens by mistake. Now, I do want to ask Dragon, because Dragon, I love your opinion. If everything I am saying, which is being passed on to you through the caller and other information I have, is correct, what do you think happened?
It sounds like something nefarious. Yeah, if those shop guys are working on commission, they just were trying to make whatever commission that they could.
I don't even know how to justify it. Once he comes on Monday, my next question is going to be to Kelly to call him up. I want to call up this managing partner again and talk to him. This guy came on and blew smoke up me. I mean, really, it's still coming out of my, I can't believe how much smoke he blew. This is the most insane thing I have ever heard. It really is. And we're going to revisit this Monday. I'm not going to belabor it right now, but I'm telling you, if you live in Castle Rock and you're looking at buying a truck or getting a Dodge or a Jeep or a Ram or anything they sell down there, and they also own, I think a Subaru one too, and other stuff. I would never go to these guys. I would never go to them. This is crazy. I haven't heard something this bad in a long time. It's outright insane.
Hey, Mark.
Outright insane.
Hey,
Yes.
Mark. Hey, look, the technician that looked at that, right, he's paid on commission. He went out there, he heard the noise, and that ticket was assigned to him. And so if he was lazy enough to just advise an engine without checking it out, they need to go back and see what technician that is, and he needs to be held accountable for this.
But what's worse than that? What's worse than that is he said there was only 3 quarts of oil. Let me ask you this question, Griffin. If a truck comes in like that, a 2023 3500, how hard is it to check the oil level?
It's not hard, but also, if that was the case, he would have went ahead and drained some oil out, showed the metal shavings in the oil to help, concur.
No, I think they were putting the complete. I think they were putting the complete okey doke on him, figuring he's going to drop $40,000 because it's $100,000 truck. He's not going to just trash the truck. I think they tried to screw him. That's my opinion. I really think they tried to screw Blue and tattoo him, and they almost got away with it. They almost did if it wasn't for him calling into this show. So for everybody out there that does bad things like that, remember why this show is here. It's to catch guys like you trying to rip people off in Colorado. I'm sick and tired of it. And this dealer, the owner and this managing partner should be ashamed of themselves. And I hope they come on and face the music Monday. I really hope they do. I got to take a break.
And I can't wait to see you guys and meet the Keeks.
I was the foreman.
Hey, Suze, did Mark take his
when he was
medication this
med-bed,
morning?
I was the foreman at that dealership.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Also, let me just finish what I was saying, Griffin.
Sure, I'm listening.
That just because you don't find something, let's say, I was saying about fossils.
Jordan Keano, I got to ask you a question, man. We have a lot of people call up and ask us a question when it gets to become the banker. First of all, you guys have great retirement products for people, but where did this all start? I mean, what's the history of become the banker?
My understanding is that.
Yeah, well, Mark, that's a great question because we have 50 years of history of being in business, and that's with my father. You know, he did a great thing 25, 30 years ago. I don't want me to date him too much here, but we changed our philosophy at our firm, which is 2 strategies, simple, safe solutions that you cannot lose money in. That is our philosophy. There's too many times that brokers and financial planners or advisors get paid when your money goes down in the market, and they still get a paycheck. That's not how we work. You get money.
Think of what everybody listening. Think of what Jordan just said. Guaranteed, you're not going to lose money. You do a retirement fund with them, maybe a 401k. You roll it over. You get an annuity with them, or you do the become the banker strategy. Listen to this. Guaranteed, you will make money. You will not lose money. In fact, some of them, the bonus money you get up front for the annuity is unbelievable, and you get the benefit off that bonus money from day one. The other thing is, when the stock market's doing good, you're going to get more money. That annuity is going to grow quicker. But if it goes down, which the stock market goes up and down, it ratchets in and locks so you don't lose money. Did I say that correctly, Jordan?
You said it perfectly. The stairway effect, as we like to call it. Up and sideways, up and sideways. You never go backwards.
It's guaranteed money. Look, I'm not telling everybody you put all your eggs in one basket, but I'll tell you this. You want a paycheck for life and you're in your 50s right now and you got a couple $100,000 you want to diversify, you call these guys up. In 10 years, you're going to have an annuity that's paying you 1, 2, 3, whatever it is, thousands of dollars a month till the day you die. They can break down the exact amounts for you, tell you about the bonus. They're just great guys. They've been around forever, and I'm going to say something about Joe. That's Jordan's dad. He teaches financial planners. He licensed financial planners. This guy is a financial planner's planner, okay? Give these guys a call. It's very simple, 303 779-6600, or check them out at mymoneymyway.com. Please give them a call. Talk to them on Zoom, by the phone. Just talk to them. They're not high pressure. Talk to them about your retirement. Guaranteed. mymoneymyway.com. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Let me tell you something about Buddy and Karen Mitchell. They care about the customer, they care about their employees, and they care about their product. You want new carpet, you want hardwood, you want tile, you name it. If it's a floor covering, they sell it. Their line of Proximity Mills. Google that right now. Proximity Mills. This product line is unbelievable, and it doesn't matter. When you go to SimplyFloorsInc.com, if you've got a fix and flip or a $5 million house, they're going to have the product for you. Multiple showrooms around the Front Range, and on top of that, they'll bring the showroom to you. I love that. That's how we bought our carpet from them. They brought us the samples. Check them out at Simply Floors Inc. Say it with me, SimplyFloorsInc.com.
That's fair.
What do you guys think of that dealership, man?
Yeah, something definitely sounds funny there.
It is so crazy, man. When I heard it was a flex plate and I heard Monday, he didn't want to talk about it until he went and picked the truck up. He's literally picking it up right now.
I would love that.
Repaired?
Yeah, done and over. It's done, repaired, under warranty. They unred flagged it in the Dodge system. I mean, that I think they tried to put them together. They better come on and explain what the hell happened.
Who owns that dealership?
I don't know, but once again, I'm pretty sure I talked to the Joe Medina, and they call him the managing partner. So he apparently is part of the ownership.
Does the Mark? Does the auto board have anything to do with this?
Well, Doc, I don't know. I just
don't
can't.
either. That's why I'm asking.
No, I don't know what they would do. I have no idea what these guys are going to say. I doubt they're going to say, yeah, we tried to get a $41,000 ticket. I just don't know what they're going to say. Then they're going to say, oh, the technician really thought it was it. Well, then why'd you tell them there was only 3 quarts of oil and put that into the Dodge system? They put that into the fucking Dodge system.
Well, you know, I wonder if there's, because I know they've got auditing teams with Mopar, and I wonder if they could get into their system and look and see if there's something that shows a trend inside their repair orders.
Trend analysis.
I just can't believe it. I want to have I've got the Dodge guy's number too. Maybe he'll come on the air on Monday. He got it out of there, thank God, and got it to a different dealership.
So they undid the document that said that he could no longer, the car's out of warranty then?
Yeah, the engine stuff. Yeah, it's not going to be flagged anymore because he didn't abuse it.
Okay. Oh, that's a good thing.
It's amazing. So the guy, I'll tell you what got me going. They're saying three quarts of oil that long and that many miles. I'm like, that's impossible.
It never would have gone that far.
And then on top of that, he sends me all these screenshots. These new Dodges have these apps, and the apps, like it or not, they tell you when to get the oil change. He still had 30% oil life, and he had green lights checked on oil pressure, everything. Everything was green lights. So it's like, did the entire app just stop working, or what the hell happened?
10 seconds here, guys.
Wealth.com. Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
I'd love to hear from people on that Dodge dealership. Can anybody out there imagine how they got that so messed up? Or do you think it was on purpose? Now, actually, Steve's got a comment right now. Hey, Steve, what's going on? Steve's gone. I wonder why. What was his comment, Kelly? Do you know?
He's a mechanic, and he wanted to comment about the engine issue that you were talking
Steve,
about.
call back. Free that line up. I'd love for someone to call back, especially a technician, and tell me how this is possible, where they say there's only 3 quarts of oil. They flag it in the Dodge system so he doesn't have a warranty anymore. There was only 3 quarts of oil. At least that's what I'm understanding. And I saw the flag. I mean, I really do. I got a screenshot of it in the Dodge system. This dealership tried to put them together, in my opinion. And if they didn't, then what happened? How did they say there's only 3 quarts of oil? Why? And then we have the other Dodge dealership that says there's no oil. Or there's perfect amount of oil. There's no oil missing. God, my brain hurts thinking of how bad those guys are, in my opinion. Now, Joe, what's going on? You've been waiting forever.
I've got a 2022 GMC Canyon, And what happens is when I'm driving at about 45 miles and or 50 miles, the radio starts getting a lot of static on it. And I was just trying to see if there's an easier fix on that particular radio.
Well, maybe you're driving far away from the radio station. Is that possible?
No, it's all mostly in town. I could be driving on 6th Avenue or whatever. So what I did is I took the antenna off the top of the roof. I cleaned it and put some dielectric grease on it, and then I put it back in there, but it didn't seem to help. So,
well, Joe, I'm going to ask this again. Is it possible it's nothing to do with your vehicle? It's got to do with the radio. What are you listening to? I mean, if you put a CD on or an MP3 player, it doesn't happen, correct? It's only on what, AM, FM?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's just I'm looking at the AM, FM radio, and it seems like when you get to 45 or 50 miles an hour on the radio starts getting a little bit of static in there, so.
Well, I don't know, guys. Any ideas there?
Does the static seem to change with how fast the engine is actually moving? How many RPMs you're doing?
When I'm down to below 40 miles an hour, the radio works just fine.
Because I wonder if you're picking up electrical interference from the charging system. They've got capacitors that are used for noise reducers, and if they're not working properly or they're failing, then you can get some noise coming through that radio.
Oh, okay. Well, I can take.
How would he troubleshoot that, Jeff?
Well, personally, I just changed the alternator and find out, but 22?
Yeah, that's a little tough for most people.
Isn't there a filter you can put right between?
Yeah, you can get noise filters.
Yeah, right between the antenna and the radio.
Well, if you put it on there, then you're going to absorb all the noise. You're not going to get any noise coming out of the radio. Because you're literally, what you're getting through the antenna is actually electronic noise, and then it's converted through your speakers.
Okay.
So if you put it on at an antenna, you're going to absorb all that noise, and it's not going to make it to the speakers.
Okay. Joe, you got any other questions?
No, that's all I wanted to see if what that might be an easy fix on there. I need to maybe take it to the dealer and have them kind of look at it and see if they can figure that out.
Is it still under warranty?
Yeah, a little bit. We got till about November to get those.
I would get that done. I don't honestly though, guys.
If it's coming through the charging system, they should be able to see it on a scope.
Well, not only that, he's saying it happens when he's over 45 or whatever. They should be able to get in with him and listen to it happen.
Right.
Well, I'm talking about verifying it.
Is that something? You mean what the issue is? Is that something? Rod, with JFR Cars, you sell a lot of cars, new, used, everything, but is that something that, let's say, the guy from whoever, GMC, hops in with them and they hear it, what would they do? Warranty the alternator, Jeff? I mean, is that something they would do based on that problem?
Well, no, they'd confirm it, and then they'd, like I say, as long as they can see it on their scopes, then that would be a warrantable item.
Okay, I dig. All right, Joe, I appreciate that. Hey, Martha, what's going on with the Sears dishwasher?
Okay. I talked to Tom last Friday. It's actually an LG dishwasher that has a leak. Oh. I've only had it since the 5th, so I've had it.
Did you buy it from
days.
Sears? What does Sears have to do with it?
When I had the LG, the dishwasher has a leak, and LG sent Sears to fix it.
Okay, but Martha, you didn't buy it from Sears, correct?
I did not. I bought it from LG.
I get it. So they sent out the Sears. God, that's shocking to me. Anyhow, Go ahead.
Okay, so when I talked to Tom last week, they were to come out yesterday, and they sent a seal. I got the seal yesterday, but they stood me up. It's an 8 to 5 window, and Sears didn't show to put the seal in. So I contacted LG immediately this morning, and one of their presidential liaisons called me back and said, well, we can't control Sears. I will try. And I got a text a little while ago. My new appointment for a seal is July 9th. And Sears has a history with me for not showing up.
They got a history with everybody for not showing
Apparently.
up. I mean, I wonder why they even called Sears. Will LG allow you to use anybody else, or they have to pick them?
I guess they're going to pick him, she said, but it was one of those where she wasn't sure at the time. She wanted to see if Sears would come back out.
Is it truly unusable the way it is now?
Oh, no,
or is it
I
just...
run it. I just collect the water.
God,
And I'm not sure it's the seal. My husband looked at it. He was gone when it was installed and everything. And he looked at it this morning, and he says, from where it's leaking, it doesn't look like it's the seal that they sent me.
So you're thinking Sears misdiagnosed it?
They haven't even seen it.
Well, who said it was the seal to begin with?
I guess they did. They just sent me a seal.
No, hold on. I'm just a little confused. You call up LG because it's LG and say, hey, I've got a problem. And within that phone call, they decide it's a seal and send you a seal?
I think they contacted Sears, and Sears decided to just send a seal.
Oh, my God.
They haven't even looked at it. They don't know.
I got you. When they come out on the 9th, you know what I'd like to do? Let's get, I'd like to put Bo on this. I really would. Let's put Bo on this, Kelly. I would like you, Martha, to do a 3-way conversation with Deputy Bo and LG, and let's see if we can't get an alternative to what's going on. Just tell them it's not acceptable. And our guys are really good. Bo will know how to communicate to them. Maybe we can get you an earlier window, but more importantly, let's get it diagnosed. I'm with you. I'm afraid they're going to show up, and they're going to say it's not the seal, and then you're moved yet again. I just don't trust Sears. So hold on.
I don't either.
Let's get Deputy Bo on that. I got to take a break, then I'm going to go to, real quick, Steve, what is the comment on the Dodge 3500?
Yes, Mark. It's a simple comment. I'm a mechanic. A dipstick on a vehicle usually only tells you that the oil is 2, possibly 3 quarts low. Okay. And I was thinking that it's a possibility, and it lowers the egregious part of this. But I was thinking that it was possible that there's only 2 ways that the technician could have known that there was only 3 quarts of oil in it. He either drained the oil and measured it, or he added 5 quarts of oil to bring it up to the proper level. And I'm just wondering if possibly Arapahoe got the vehicle after he had added 5 quarts of oil to know that it was 3 quarts, only 3 quarts in there.
Well, this truck actually doesn't have a dipstick.
Yeah, no. The answer is no.
Okay. Why does it not have a dipstick? What's the deal?
It's all measured electronically. That one does not have a dipstick. The customer or the caller actually brought that up, that he did not have the ability to check the oil himself.
It is pretty strange, Steve. I mean, they've got this app. It's actually kind of cool, and I got screenshots of it. It tells you when to change the oil based upon, I don't even know what it's based upon, probably driving conditions, mileage, a combination of everything. I have no idea how it comes to it, but it'll say you have 30% life left on it. And it green-lighted everything. If I look at that app, his screenshots, it said the oil pressure was right. It said everything was right. So it was like them saying it was 3 quarts low made no sense. And then my argument when he first called against this dealership is, like, how does the app say everything's right? He has no way of checking the oil, but yet you're saying he did something wrong. And that's when they started, I guess, telling him it was Big O's fault. I think they put them together. Anyhow, I got to take a break.
That tech went out there, heard that knock, and was like, "Oh, it needs an engine," and ran right back inside.
Thanks for calling Troubleshooter.
You know what's weird about that is that for Mopar, if it would have been a warranty engine, you have to have somebody that's, I believe, that would have been like a level 3 Mopar certification to do that warranty job.
Ooh.
And so that's either. So when the level 3 tech signed off on that.
How dare they?
That's messed up. But
Shoot them.
HRO is assigned to a
taxpayer relief shot them.
They say, look, you said this, you lied, you're fired. That's the long and short of it.
Well, they kind of dug their heels in on it.
Yeah.
I just find it weird that technology, it was so obvious, and the dealership refused to look at that. That's the part that throws me off. I think you could have made a mistake with the oil, but how do you get past all the other diagnosis? I mean, all the computer stuff.
Is when if I would have got that car, I would have, especially for warranty, because they're going to want pictures and send somebody out. You drain some of the oil out, you go ahead and take a picture if it's all shiny in there, and you save that.
Nation's #1 best selection of RVs, travel trailers, and motorhomes. You know what I'm talking about, Lazy Days RV. Right now, listen, today, this is the 4th of July. I believe it's going to go on up till the 3rd. You can save up to 50% on some new units. You go to lazydays.com and you can see this. They call it a flash sale. And click on it. A lot of units are 30, 40% off. Some are up to 50% off. And the financing or monthly payments are unbelievable. These guys are nationwide. They've got great inventory. And it doesn't matter if it's a Class A, a Class B, a travel trailer, a pop-up. They've got it all. And you have to check them out. The fifth wheel lineup is unbelievable. LazyDays.com. Easy as that. Go there right now. Check out the sale. LazyDays.com. Now, let me tell you about a company that I have been talking about for, well, I'm not going to say forever, but for long enough to know I generally never say these two words together. You ready? Contractor and discount. How often do you hear of a discount contract? Well, you don't. And if you do, you go, what? Is something wrong here? Let me tell you these guys. Discount Bath.
Yes.
Discount Bath is somewhat new to the referral list, but they've been around a long time. And here's what I love about these guys. Quality remodels of your bathroom at discount prices.
What
That's
is the
it.
year and make of the
Discount prices for a brand new bathroom. You know they have 5-year warranties on all their labor and materials. These guys have a wide variety of different materials to fit your budget. If you want that new bathroom and you want it quick, I want you to call these guys. The price is right. The work is great. DiscountBath.com. Simple as that. DiscountBath.com.
You there, Mark?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Hey, I'm having a little issue with Renew Homes, and I'm not getting anywhere with them. Is there somebody in particular you'd recommend I talk to?
Over at Renew? Absolutely.
Who's that?
We should send him to Disneyland.
Hold on.
Looking like that. With his
Text Jeff.
Ears.
Jeff, I'm going to give you the owner's name. Text him or call him.
Okay.
I'm going to take that.
I can't give the phone number out over the air.
Oh, gotcha. Would you want to just text it to me?
Suzanne is right now.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Is it a manageable issue, I assume?
Oh, yeah, it should be. I mean, it should have already been resolved. Because we had them put a bathroom in for us during COVID, and some of the flooring is defective. And I reached out to them in February. They keep telling me they're reaching out to the manufacturer, and then I never hear back from anybody.
Yeah, I got it. Just tell Nick you got the number from me.
I appreciate it.
I think I referred you to him.
Yeah.
God, I still can't get over that Dodge dealer. I just can't get over him.
Yeah, I really think that it'd be interesting to reach up the flagpole there over at Mopar and have them do a trend analysis and see if there's something funny in their books.
Yeah, it's crazy. And the fact they went in there and just voided his warranty like that is just insane.
Doc, you live up in this area? What was it? You live in this area, the Denver area?
Yeah, I live by.
All right. I don't mind. I'll show you.
On 1 second.
Okay.
I'm going to make sure I got your contact info. I'm pretty sure I do.
You can just get me at doc@troubleshooter.com.
Okay.
That's really easy.
You got 2 sandwiches, 2 chips?
Hey, Jeff, check your email.
Yeah, I bought Ryan one.
Check my
I'm
email?
sorry, text.
I think I got you.
You gave him pizza. What does he need a sandwich for?
Well, because I
Perfect. Thank you very
yelled
much.
at him and-
Because you're a mom and you have to...
No, not that. I'm sending you something.
Oh, okay.
I know
Grandma's the
Suzanne
one
sent
who's
you
supposed
that.
to feed the grandkids like there's no tomorrow.
I'm kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. I don't know if this is mine.
Look at that.
It hasn't come through yet.
Where's everybody's food?
Well, because I feel bad.
What the heck is that?
Potato salad?
Oh.
It's taken forever to send because of how big it is.
Look like some weird frosting.
It does look like frosting.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it, I'm like, what is that?
Like somebody put like a big old dollop of frosting in a bowl and said, "Here you go, enjoy."
I know. I have not eaten it all today. I don't know if this is mine or not. It feels heavy. Like. No, this one's not written. This one says 7. I don't know what that is.
Oh,
that
I just can't
his,
believe they put them together like this. It's just egregious.
Nope, this is his.
And you opened it? Ew! Now he's got to eat it? 10 seconds, guys.
I don't know what this
Race to the White House.
Make your eyes want to bleed.
Seeing how Biden is knockout blown to the head of Biden.
Your voice, your vote. 630 KHOW.
All right, listen, we've got a lot kicking. Monday, we're going to have Ryan in. He's that caller. I have him on the phone. We're going to try to reach out to that Dodge dealership in Castle Rock as well and try to figure out how they accidentally pulled his warranty on an engine when he didn't have a engine problem at all. And then on top of that, they want to get a $41,000 engine sold to him on his truck that's under warranty. They also flagged it in the Dodge system. In fact, Jeff, I just sent you a picture of that. Keep that private, but, I mean, that's it, man. They literally flagged it to where it didn't have a warranty on the engine because apparently he only had 3 quarts oil in it, which we find out was absolute BS. So they're either the worst of the worst of the worst or they're liars and thieves. I'm not sure which one it is, but I'm amazed by it. And I hope they come on, and I hope they actually face some music. I hope they actually say, okay, we had a bad technician, a bad apple, we got rid of him. Something. I mean, hopefully something. But we'll find out. Now, 303-713-8255. I do have a line open. 303 Martino. And let's go to Stephanie. Oh, wait, Bob has an update. He's with LEM Landscaping. We had a guy call up, Brian, said, hey, my parents paid for this wall, and the wall was done horribly. It shouldn't have been done this way. And the guy didn't pull a permit, so we told him to get off the property. We don't want him back. And when the contractor came on, you can go back to the first hour and listen, or the second hour. The contractor came on, and Pierre, and basically said, hey, look, the only reason they're saying there's any problem is they still owe me money, and they don't want to pay me. Bob, did you look at the pictures?
Okay, yep, Mark, let me tell you. First off, the wall's illegal. Secondly, they're using cinder block for a wall, which is not a retaining wall block. They're not built. They can't hold the same amount of weight. It has to be engineered when it's 4 feet. The height of that goes from the bottom of the block to the top. So I've already got him in contact. He's already called to verify what I told him. Yes, I'm right. So I told him he's going to have to get with his lawyer. Do not pay them any more money. Everything that was done is going to have to be torn out and redone. He verified what I told him. He said, damn, you're good. And I just said, I'm going to let Mark know.
So wait a minute.
Mark,
wait. He just stacked up cinder blocks? I mean, what holds them together?
Nothing.
I need to see a picture of that. Send that over to me.
Here's the thing. I don't know. I can see gaps in the block. So what he did on the front of this wall, he formed out what looks to be 6 to 8 inches wide. He's going to pour concrete down there to hold the wall. Well, first off, it's wrong. But the whole point of it is, Mark, he built an illegal wall. The second guy built an illegal wall, and that she paid him. So he's going to get with his attorney. The permit, Mark, what he's talking about, it's not the permit. It's an engineer. It has to be engineered, every layer with GeoGrid, and you have to use a retaining wall block.
If it's over 4 feet.
Lakewood's 26 inches, but where he's at is 4 feet.
Yeah, I get it, because they don't want the wall falling on something. I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
Right. And there's only certain types of retaining wall blocks you can use when you go above 4 foot. So I've got him going. He's already getting with his attorney. He's already called to verify what I told him through the city that it's wrong. And that's where we're at. I'm going to walk
Bob,
you through this.
I really appreciate you putting eyes on it. By the way, that's Bob with LEM Landscaping. And you can find him on our referral list if you do need a retaining wall or something like that done right. I do want to do this. Kelly, come Monday, I would like to have that contractor back on and discuss his work. He came on the first time. Let's try to get him back on the second time. You might have to remind Tom of that. Okay, Stephanie, what's going on?
Calling in. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I got you. Go.
Okay. I'm calling in because I am having so much trouble with my property management company. So I guess I can start from the beginning. When I first found this house, I applied for it, and we did that whole part. They screened me and they approved me, and then I was able to come and look at it. Well, when I came to look at the place, it was really nice. It looked okay on the inside, and everything looked great. So I was like, we'll take this. So then I signed the contract. We moved in. Well, the first time.
How long's the lease? Stephanie, how long's the lease you signed?
It's a 1-year lease.
And how long are you into it?
This is my second month.
And what's going on with it? What don't you like about the place?
The problem is that they were very dishonest in the beginning, because when I went in there to look at the house, there was not a odor smell in the house. But then when we went to go move in, there was a strong odor smell, and I told them, I said, we don't have dogs or anything like that, which I wanted to move to a place where they don't offer to have dogs.
Okay, hold on, Stephanie. Let me take this break so I have time with you right after it. But do me a favor, when I come back to you, kind of shorten it up where we are now. Okay. It sounds like you want out.
It's a long story. I do want out. I'm trying to see if there's any way I can get out, because I keep having to go back and forth with this company.
And there very well could be. You might be able to do a self-eviction on yourself, and that's actually a good thing. But hold on. We'll dive into it right after this.
What?
I think they put them together. Anyhow, I got to take.
That sucks. That's like the worst part to get stuck in. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show. Yeah. Yep. We just talked to him on air.
John Fuller Law, I got a question for you, my friend. You were my attorney. You were my daughter's attorney when we were both in accidents, and you did a great job, but I got a question.
So, start there.
If we did sign a release prior to you getting involved,
no problem.
Can I get you involved after I sign a release?
Well, it depends on the type of release that you're signing, Mark. Sometimes these insurance companies will try to get people to sign a release for their property damage settlement, but if you read the fine print, it's a settlement of the entire case. And so you have to be very, very careful to make sure that the release that's being proposed is not a take it, one-shot deal and then you're done. The other thing to keep in mind is if you ever chose to actually litigate the property damage or take the driver to small claims court or something along those lines, you have to also be very careful because we only get one bite at the apple in Colorado. We have a rule called the single action rule. And what it basically says is that you get one shot to litigate all of your claims and damages that flowed from that accident. So if you simply think you're taking them to court on your property damage and you get that resolved in one day in court, you may find out that you have forever lost your ability to go and seek compensation for your personal injuries because the case has already been adjudicated and you didn't bring all of your claims in that one action. So
do you see that? Have you seen that happen to where someone signs a release thinking, they're getting $5,000 for their car damage, but yet they signed away all their medical bills?
Yes, sir, absolutely. And those releases are binding, and they do enforce them. So I have seen it. I've even seen, with the other situation, I've seen clients that tried to go and litigate their property damage without telling me about it, only to find out that there's a lawsuit pending that did not include their injuries. So it's very, very risky anytime you want to run off to court on your property damage or when you're signing releases without having an attorney look those over. So if you find yourself in that position, give me a call. I'm happy to talk you through it and look at all those documents and help get you on the right path.
Hey, John Fuller, I appreciate it. And folks listening out there, John's a great guy. He's a great attorney, and you'll deal with John directly if you go with him. You're not going to be passed around from one person to another. I have personally used him multiple times in our family, and I would use him again every time. 303-597-4500. And remember, my accident lawyer can be your accident lawyer at myaccidentlawyer.co. Boy, if you listen to this show, you know how many calls we get on solar systems. People sign on the dotted line. Next thing you know, they don't have a solar system that works. They're paying monthly payments. They're not saving energy. They have a problem down the road. They don't know who to call because the people that sold them to them are different than the installation people. You want to deal with someone like Red Rock Solar. Here's what I love about them. Brooke is the owner. Not only can she help you out and design the right system for you, but they have their own salespeople, their own service people. They can fix any other system. You got a system right now that got hit by hail and you need the right people to remove and put it back on with your insurance company, Red Rocks will do it. These guys can do it all. They can even do the roof in that situation. And if you have a commercial building, there's a good chance Brooke can get close to 100% of the entire solar system paid for with grant money that Colorado, the federal government has, and tax credits. You got to give her a call. RedRocksRS.com. Just go there. RedRocksRS, as in roofandsolar.com. RedRocksRS.com. La 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 la.
Mark? Go for it.
Yes.
Are you killing the stream?
Yeah, here's what I wanted. Yeah, I'll kill that. Do me a favor. Line Stephanie up for first thing Monday. Just tell her we got to hear this story, and we've only got 4 or 5 minutes. I apologize. I know she's been hanging for a while.
Okay.
Let's bring her up first with Tom on Monday.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to get Dylan then as well on Monday?
No, we'll have enough. No, we're not going to. What am I going to have, Dragon?
You're going to have like a minute.
About a minute and a half.
Yeah, nope, I'll just, get Dylan first thing Monday.
Okay.
Ask him, hey, you can give Dylan Jeff's shop number as well.
Yeah, I can reach out to him when I get back to the shop.
Yeah, did you hear that?
Hey, Stephanie. I am going to take your number. Is it possible for us to call you back on Monday about the issue that you're having continuously? Because we're running out of time. Yeah. Yeah. No, so we're going to get you back on. Are you free at 10 a.m. on Monday? Perfect. What's the best number to reach you at? (719-351-7155).
Hey.
Trying to dox her.
Okay, I'm going to call you back on Monday.
Jeez.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
You heard nothing, you know nothing.
Okay.
I know nothing.
10 seconds,
Hey,
guys.
Dylan, we're going to go.
4, it's Ryan Schuling.
Highlights from the earliest televised presidential debate in American history. Did Joe Biden hold his own? Did Donald Trump deliver a knockout punch? And where does the race go from here? It all starts at 2 here on 630 KHOW.
Hey, listen, Kelly, get everybody's number that's still up on the screen. We'll get you guys up first thing Monday, I promise. We're also going to have great updates Monday. We're going to have Ryan come in and talk about this deal with Castle Rock Dodge. It's unbelievable. We'll recap that, but I want to say thank you to the car guys coming in today. Jeff Vick, Kimmer Transmission, I appreciate you, man. You have done a ton of work for me. Anybody in the Denver metro area or even honestly, if you're buying a transmission, I drive hours. I drive from Colorado Springs. I drive from Fort Collins to use them. I also want to thank Rod Greer with JFR Cars. You can check him out at jfrcars.com. Great guy, great place. He can source a vehicle, save you money, new and used. And Griffin Ash with Action Automotive Services, new referral list member in Colorado Springs. They work on everything. You can find all these people on referrallist.com. My name is Marc Mager, and you have been on the Troubleshooter Network.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino and stay connected with all of us at 630 KHOW, KHOW.com, and on the iHeartRadio app. This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Care about your health? Look at your carpets. Soap and chemicals lurk from previous cleanings. The residue attracts dirt. Zero Res Denver means health and safety. Purified, softened water. Carrying away the pathogens and allergens. You will see and feel the difference. Right now, 3 rooms starting